Hey, so what's going on? How we doing today? What's up, Zach? Just going through a Blitz rotation with my nerds. You know the drill. Hey, Tarek. Hey, Chase. Hey, Reclining Reader. What's going on, guys? The least frightening Rhino. The Blitz 2. The Tier 2 Blitz Rhino. The most frightening Rhino. The 8-3 120k Rhino. Where when he uses his charge, 3 people die. Which 3 people? The 3 he chooses. Okay. If you notice me looking down, that's me doing my Beast Blitz rotation. My 3rd Blitz rotation for the day. This Blitz on my main account has been like crazy. Like I'm running through cycles and it's like X-Force, X-Men, Marauders, or like Asgardians, Coulson Shield, X-Men. And I'm like, I'm not winning any of these fights. Hey, artist. I can't win any of these fights. I'm doing my best. The only time I ever get really happy. Oh, I lost my first ever Blitz fight with the Black Order against the X-Men. But not because Phoenix was strong. Because everyone else was really strong. And Phoenix was the weakest one. So she flipped immediately. And then Colossus was just like, hi, I'm 110k. I'm like, oh, that's too much. Thanos, you can... No, you can't flip anything on Colossus. Okay. Oopsie. What if you get pairs? Do I still pair them with Scientist Supreme and Graviton? No. No, I actually don't use all the symbiotes together, Daniel Sports Ledger. I actually just did a video on that for U7 specifically. Now, obviously it works in anything besides U7. This is just like... U7 is harder by a huge margin compared to like every other thing in the game. So my video is like, this is the best like 15 or so characters you can use together for U7. If you want to pair characters with the symbiotes, there's a lot of options, right? So if you want to, if the symbiotes are your strongest guys, you know, what you really want is to make sure that you lean into them. You want them to take as many chances. So the next 2 characters you want are people that enhance the symbiotes, and that would be, you know, like Scientist Supreme, Groot. I use Star-Lord and Groot with them, actually. Star-Lord feeds energy into either Carnage or Symbiote Spider-Man. It doesn't actually matter. And Groot provides some death proofs to keep the other guys alive. Little bit of heal for Star-Lord if it comes up, but more importantly, he provides the you know, Dispel if you need the symbiotes to survive. Oh, I've killed a Nebula 8 times in a row with Black Panther. It was my favorite thing in the world, Larry. Like my Black Panther killed Nebula, she res. Black Panther took a turn, killed Nebula, she res. It was on stream like a year ago, but it was hilarious. We were just like, how does this keep happening? Who asked for this? If Nebula had like a 50% res rate, that might alone make her a better character. Like a real 50% res rate, not like the AI dodge rate shit. But yeah, no, it was absolutely crazy. And that, there was that a live pool node. I've actually had to fight that node where like the dead pools just never go anywhere. But yeah, Daniel, to finish that thought, like you can use a lot of people with the symbiotes. It just depends on whether or not the symbiotes are like a functional part of the team or the carries. For example, if the symbiotes are not a functional part of the team, or if they're just a functional part of the team, you can use like Black Bolt and Yo-Yo, who will do most of the work. You can use like Minerva and, you know, Shuri just to make sure that everyone's alive, and if something goes wrong, you have a backup. You can use Scientist Supreme and Graviton. The harder U7 gets, the less likely it is for Graviton to stick. But if you happen across a very strong Graviton, usually with high red stars, he tends to be a little bit tankier in general. Yo-Yo just inherently works good with the symbiotes because she technically heals them all for 3% every time an enemy takes a turn, which is good enough. but you still need some kind of sustain. And even then, characters like Crystal, so maybe even Crystal and Yo-Yo would be good. And if you wanted to, you could replace like Venom with Black Bolt when you get him, and then you have a pretty good all-around team in general. Yeah, no, Deadpool will never be as good as the ones you face. It's a trap, too. There's other characters, too. Like, do you ever notice how in some fights, Jessica Jones is the absolute worst thing on the node? Or Ms. Marvel is the absolute worst thing on the fight? And it's just like... Oh, man. I want my JJ to be that. The biggest cautionary tale I've ever seen. Or Hulk? Oh, God. Or Hulk. And you're like, yeah, I want my Hulk to be that strong, too. No, you don't. Your Hulk ain't gonna do shit. One of the biggest cautionary tales is in Dark Dimension 3. There's a pair of strifes in Dark Dimension 3 with 161,000 base damage. 161,000 base damage. When that's your base damage, when that's the start of the damage you're doing, like, who cares what the multiplier is? You know what I mean? So those strifes are so insane that people see it and they're like, man, maybe I should work on my strife. Like, no, because your strife doesn't do damage. Like your strife doesn't have ridiculously jump stats. I was thinking JJ and Squirrel Girl for the symbiotes. That might be overkill. I do like Squirrel Girl. One of the biggest issues I have with Squirrel Girl specifically is that she doesn't, she's incredibly squish, right? So she does have her clear, but she's incredibly squish. So while JJ would give out energy, that doesn't necessarily matter too much for her. And then she doesn't really do anything else. So I would use like Squirrel Girl and Minerva. And I know that sounds silly, but if your Minerva brings people down to, 25%, that's gonna proc Carnage's like, everyone go fast. And if she brings an entire row up, that could be enough. So you're not even using her ult as a heal. You're using it as damage to proc their infinite turns. But I do like Squirrel Girl a lot with that team. I tried her with a lot of people. I tried it with Miles, because Miles gets a little bit of extra sustain from the symbiotes, and he gets a decent chunk of value from Squirrel Girl. I tried with Ms. Marvel. Ms. Marvel doesn't do enough for that team. And my Ms. Marvel is like 68k. She's on par with the strength of the rest of my characters, so... Oh, look, it's a Hulk kicking the piss out of me. What are the odds? Heal. Okay, now we can go. So, the cool thing is the symbiotes are so good that the other two characters you put on there, like, they don't actually matter. Like, you can be like, and then, like, you can actually just do, like, the 3 symbiotes and then 2 characters. And when one of them dies, replace it. Like, you could just roll through a roster of the symbiotes plus. Like, for example, in Gamma Raid, right? Alpha Raid, sorry. Alpha's the one with City Global Cosmic. In Alpha Raid, I'll use, like, the 3 symbiotes and then just 2 city characters. Like, what's 2? One of the streams I did, like, last month, or whenever the last Alpha Raid was, not this one, the last one, I would go through the Alpha, the city nodes and be like, the 3 symbiotes, and then I would start at the bottom with, like, my worst hand minions. Like, 20k hand minion, 20k hand minion. Because even if they die, the symbiotes are like, that's cool. I'm gonna win. So. Ah, dumb Mysterio. Mysterio and Falcon have one major thing in common. The game is very stupid when you put it on auto. Wow, Zemo is hard anti-minion. Yesterday on stream, I'd said, like, oh yeah, you definitely, like, he's definitely Hydra, but he 100% it won't be necessarily somebody you put with Red Skull, because they hate each other. And that was my, like... Is YouTube laggy tonight? I wouldn't know. I'm not dropping any frames, so I don't think there's any issue with me. So, but I don't know anything else. But yeah, so like the idea, the concept of Zemo is that you're not necessarily using Zemo with the Hydra, with Red Skull, like, you don't put them together. And it's one of the first times that they've created a team with two characters, with two different, like, different characters that you truly can't use together. Zemo is, and it's, I give Fox Next a lot of credit for this, because this shows a very, very strong knowledge of comics. Zemo is not only a counter to S.H.I.E.L.D., but a counter to other Hydra, like, cells, you know? So you can use Zemo with Hydra to beat up other Hydra, because they're not his Hydra. Or you can use Zemo with Hydra to beat up, you know, S.H.I.E.L.D., which inherently won't matter because S.H.I.E.L.D. is not well known for rezzing. And of course, they kick the crap out of the hand team, right? Because that's how important the hand team is, that you see them all the time, and they res all the time, right? Actually, I think that kind of lines up with the hand rework that's coming next year, but that's next year, so we don't gotta go into detail on that. No, I don't want to fight them. This is not X-Force. It's X-Force-like. Subject. Halfway through D2, currently Deadpool node, a shit node. Yeah, Deadpool node sucks. That looks good. The CM is the... Jom, the CM is... Because that's who you are. The CM was the only questionable pick, but, like, she's not a bad pick, you know? Because she... While she is strong and tanky, she is single target damage, and that's all she offers, but ultimately, you just have to line everything up right. Tony, what do you think about Hela, IW, SL, SSM, and Carnage for Dark Dimension 2? Seems great. If you are using that, you want Star-Lord to actually feed IW, not necessarily Hela, because IW has very terrible cooldowns, so you want to make sure that her flips and her you know, shields are up more frequently. Hey, cookies. Just starting on my AIM team. What Scientist Supreme would you recommend tier 4? AIM only has one tier 4 that you should look at. Not AIM. Scientist Supreme only has one tier 4, and it's her special. She doesn't actually heal. Like, her heal is more of a debuff everybody else. So on the AIM team, it's a passive heal that just happens to debuff, you know, everybody that works out. But her flip and 4 negative effects, that's where you're going to start getting a lot of value. But outside of that, she doesn't really need anything else. Even her passive isn't that great. We're talking about the new Nexus campaign? We're not. I haven't even read the blog post today. I'm going to lose this fight against not X-Force. Slow. Wish I got a heads up on Thor. What a... Nexus is so weird, right? Because Nexus is... bad. Negasonic will be in a node. Ooh. So they are putting them out. Interesting. Star-Lord, Minerva, Groot, Carnage, SSM, Kiko. Will the Grave Tony be doing a front hat Tony review today? If you like. I don't have a problem with that. What do you think about Groot, Star-Lord, Groot, Minerva, IW, and Hela? Groot and IW kind of do the same thing, right? Like, they functionally are support characters. I don't hate that at all. Like, that team should be fine. You're using the core of the team, which is Star-Lord, Minerva, and IW. The only reason I don't recommend Groot is because he requires a resource that is almost better used on other characters. But just for Dark Dimension 2, it doesn't matter what you do, so. Doom campaign? I missed that. Close to any Gear Tier 13 characters? Yeah, 4. I have a bunch of Gear Tier 12 characters. I can't bring anyone to 13 because I'm not 70. So, like, my biggest enemy right now is time, because I have to do stuff to get to level 70. Yeah, I don't think Thor is a permanent member of that line. I like what they're doing now, where they put a character on the node now, and then they replace it later. Like they did with the... What abilities would you do first on Loki? I don't understand what that question means. Like, is Loki 6664? If he is, I don't think I'd put a tier 4 in him. I don't think he requires them. I hear there are some good ones for, like, Asgardian defense, but whether he has them or not, your Asgardian is still going to be a nightmare defense team, so... Always be bioing. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Boop, got booped out. I always like his mind control killing tunes, so it ain't a tier 4 essential. It honestly, it's none of it really. Oh, if we're doing an offer review, it's not going to be at the beginning of the stream. It's silly that you would think it is. What's up, Keller? How's it feel the second best person currently streaming MSF from that address? Oh, is Matt streaming MSF? That's hilarious. Matt does whatever he wants. I had to spend 350 to get Hela and Thor to 6 shards. Worth it. I don't know anymore. I'm broke as fuck. 6 stars? That's a lot of money, Chandler. I don't always like his mind controlling. Yeah, it's fair. I'm just cheating. Oh, look at what's here. Let's look at it. We'll go through a blog conversation. Alright, Baron Zemo. I already know about this, but just in case. Villain, Global, Skill, Controller, Hydra. Apply assist now to a Hydra Grenadier ally. Hilarious. Hilarious. Attack primary target, dominating blow. Clear 3 death proofs from tiny target. Yeah. So, Baron Zemo works with the non-Hydra minions, mostly. So who's the 4th member of this team, right? Which I actually didn't know he was going to work with, like, Winter Soldier and Crossbones. Grenadier? Yeah. Well, yeah, that was because, like, yesterday when we were talking about it, I was like, yeah, you wouldn't necessarily put him on the same team as Red Skull. I was like, that's why. Passive, the true leader, on spawn. The true leader. Like, the baller. The baller name of his, I'm the actual leader of Hydra, Red Skull. Get effed. You know, like, no. And then some reworks happening. Ah, yes, Winter Soldier. Becoming slightly more usable. Crossbones. If Zemo's an ally, whatever. If Zemo's an ally, generate... Okay, whatever. Red Skull, Ultimate Storm Assault. Updated now, unavoidable and unblockable. Cool. Apparently, Scream is coming out. That's something I heard too. Before your next great adventure, Doom War strikes fight for survival as they journey home to Nexus Earth to face off against Dr. Doom and his forces. Take on Chapter 1 of the Doom War campaign. You must have completed Nexus Chapter 8, and you'll need assemble teams with these specific traits. Mutant Hero, Inhuman. I wonder where Beast is going to be useful, and now you know. But it's also the first 3 nodes, so it doesn't actually matter. Black Bolt. Actually, it's a great question, man. Matcha, none of those matter. Pick one. You're not wrong. Whoever is in the store first, buy that one. Is our current patch going to be less than the average 4 weeks? Our patches are like 6-week averages, but the current patch should be about like halfway through the month before we get the next patch. And Tony, as you mentioned, they usually will add someone to make a full team. Who will that be? I think Winter Soldier goes after his show drops. Who would be the fullest member of this team? They probably don't have the character yet. Like, but who knows? Maybe one of the new other characters that are coming out might. So, Mystic Hero? Mystic Hero? Isn't there like 4 Mystic Heroes? Isn't it like the Asgardians and like Iron Fist? Or Guardian, and I assume Guardian of the Galaxy. So those nodes are totally easy. But don't worry, guys. You never need Guardians of the Galaxy in the late game. You need AIM to be able to farm. No, you don't even need AIM to be able to farm that one. Black Panther is Mystic. That's right. Thanks, Bill. Mystic 7-9. Shield, Wave 1 Wave 1 Avengers? Why? That's not a tag. It's not even a thing. The rewards for Doom War will include superior gear pieces required for Gear Tier 14 characters, and character shards for Thor and NTW. Yeah. Start preparing your focuses now. Supernatural? Yeah, but there's only 2 of them, right? Oh no, there's... That's right. I keep forgetting that Mordo is a villain, and then like that not anyone else is a villain. Madam Hydra? Oh, that'd be cool. Avengers aren't a team. They're not a team. Just because it says you can use them here doesn't mean you're gonna. Good, bring in your 400k Wave 1 Avengers team. Anyone who can do the 7-9 Wave 1 Avengers node with only Wave 1 Avengers, I'll even give you Nick Fury. Anyone who can do that, that team under like 250k, yeah. You can use Nick Fury, because I think he's a Wave 1 Avenger. Oh no, I think he's just an Avenger. I don't remember. Yeah, good. Don't use anybody else. Catalyst Challenge. Back again. Yeah. Okay, that's today. Yeah, good. Use Thor. I said the Asgardians. Nick Fury is shield anyway. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can only use characters that have the Wave 1 Avengers tag. That's a challenge. Under 250k. Your chance to accelerate your roster's progress. Nick Fury with the Supernaturals. Well, that wouldn't work with the missions 7 through 9 because it's Shield, Wave 1 Avenger, and Fantastic Four. So what it's really saying is you can use Nick Fury, the members of Shield, and or Invisible Woman. That's what this is saying. So that's cool. The Mystic Hero / Guardian is quite literally like just use the Guardians. Like just go ahead, use them. You'll be fine. And then the first one, Mutant Hero or Inhuman. Use what you got. You know? If you're using Mutant Heroes, it just means you're putting like Storm or something in there, but... Widow, Iron Man, Cap, Hulk, Hawkeye, Thor. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a team. Oh, you can even use Cap, Iron Man, Widow, Hulk, and Thor, and then do nothing extra. NTW is the hard one. Yeah, Thor is definitely getting updated. For Asgard, prepare the royal... Okay, that's fine. Upcoming blitzes. They're going to do one-day gold blitzes and gear blitzes. Cool. Catalyst Blast. Log in every day to earn tons of basic catalysts. Cool. Mercs Assemble. Okay, so they're doing a Merc double drop, I guess. Legendary trait. Enough to distant, we added a trait Legendary to all the characters that are acquired through Legendary events, which includes some reason Iron Man, Nick Fury, and then a bunch of other fools. This will make characters easier to sort in the roster and identify their character shards are located in new players. Okay, cool. That's actually important because a lot of players wouldn't inherently know. No, he's not leaving the raid store. He's like, you know how, like, before Ghost Rider was farmable, there was a different character, and then like before Ironheart was farmable, Rescue was there. They just put in like a garbage holder character for people, and then they like change it later. Thor's not leaving the raid store. They're never gonna take someone out of those stores. I think I'll be able to get 151 shards by the Black Bolt event. 151 shards of how many different characters? Because if it's like store characters split among multiple different characters, yeah, you probably could. If it's one character, probably not. Where's Zemo going? What do you mean? Zemo's going with the shitty Hydra characters you're not using on the Hydra team to beat up the Hydra team. What's up, Goofy? Hi, Maddie. I'm not going to answer you again, but... Yeah, no, the Merc double drop because of payday. And the legendary trait thing I think is big. I think that's a big deal. If you remember that some events were able as legendary for Elektra, Crossbones, Thanos, and Deadpool, the word legendary has come to refer to a very specific type of event. The trait will not be used in any aforementioned 4 characters and will be removed from their event cards. We want to announce this ahead of future change for choosing. Yeah, great, wonderful. There's only like 8 legendary characters in the game, and that makes sense. Did they mention how he's going to be released? Oh no, they haven't mentioned it yet. But if I had to guess, he would be either a campaign or a Blitz. Zemo, how will he destroy the shield team? I was thinking about that as I said it earlier. How will he destroy the shield team? What is the shield team incredibly well known for resurrecting minions, or is it Coulson? I do think that team will have a good answer against them, but I don't think like shield is not well known for being resin. Like medic reses Coulson 100%, and 2 of the character, and once medic's dead, no one's gonna res anyway, so like they might have a good edge on him, but they're really gonna beat up other heads. Get disrupted? That's a big deal. Yeah, but it says minion. Minions cannot res. He specifically counters Hydra. Like, that's his goal. His purpose is to specifically counter Hydra. Yeah. Like, that's what he exists to be, a team that beats other Hydra teams. No, I do not. That's actually interesting. Well, so here's the thing. He will have absolutely no effect on Greg, because Greg does not res. Greg is summoned. That's like the same reason Black Bolt has no effect on Greg. He will have no effect on Greg. Greg does not resurrect. Hela summons a new Greg named Greg, who will do Greg things. No effect at all. Oh, Andrew Ray, there will be the day where more legendaries will be required for a legendary character, and that is not a day that's, like, terrifying for a lot of players, because you should be getting legendaries no matter what. Like, for a long time, we used to speculate that Doom would be, like, the first character to require 5 legendaries, but, like, now we know he's Dark Dimension 4, so... He's gonna walk over 7-1, and yeah. Now you wanna know what the best team to use for 7-1? It's Zemo plus Crossbones plus Winter Soldier. You know what I mean? Like, and Grenadier. Zemo's more than Red Skull? What do you mean more than Red Skull? Different teams. Red Skull is Red Skull and all the non-Grenadier minions. Zemo is Zemo, Grenadier, and the 2 non-minions. So it's an incomplete team. DD4 will probably take 5 or more legendaries. Nah, DD4 is going to be dumber. DD4 is going to be like, you need bio characters. Coulson gets a res for medic, right? Yes, but he's also not a minion. Special. Attack primary target for damage. If target is a minion, attack for 1 trillion damage. Plus 20% piercing. Minions killed by this attack cannot be revived. Minions killed by this attack cannot be revived. Minions. Minions. Steves. So. Kingpin on the 5th in the Zemo team? Yeah, why not? Kingpin ain't got nowhere to go. Zemo doesn't counter? Yes. Yes, real 2K. Yeah. Zemo, yes. Like, you can think about stuff, like, but look at all these other situations Zemo's in. That's, yeah, Truck hits the nail on the head, like, but also, what's more realistic? You need a team to beat Coulson Shield, or you need a team to beat Hydra? Which is more realistic? The answer is Hydra. What's the first tier 4 you're gonna do? On what? In what? That's on whom? For whom? Yeah, it's Hydra. Yeah, Hydra's the cheesiest defense team, and now there's a, oh, you have all these characters already because you played the game for 14 minutes? Well, just go ahead and buy this Baron Zemo. Just go ahead and buy this Baron Zemo and then never worry about Hydra again. No, that's true. Truck, you hit the nail on the head. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm happy with, like, the fact that he has additional splash damage. Like, look at every team, right? X-Men. They're not just a one-team counter. They do plenty. Oh, yeah. No, Crossbones goes kabooing immediately. And maybe he'll have an offense up. There's a lot. Like, there's like, you want your team to be good. Like, here, what do you use your X-Force to beat? Like, Mercs? But who else? You know, the more a team can counter multiple teams, like Black Order, X-Men, Supernatural, I would say Fantastic Four, but they're starting to fall off. Hydra has 200 0 counters against them? Yes. Yeah, but now that means that you have two options. Options are good in war, because war defense teams are bullshit. Right? Like, a team that you have to have specific answers to beat is kind of bullshit. X-Force is great against a lot of teams. Yeah, I have 6-star crossbones. Yeah, right. Now everyone's 6 red crossbones. You're gonna be like, yay, but it doesn't matter, but yay! I got DD2 team almost complete. Curious if it lines up with your suggestions. Medium spender? Well, ask me. Who counters Hydra? Inhumans. You can arguably do it with Symbiotes and a Punch Across. Like, Symbiote Spider-Verse can do it in a Punch Across, because Venom will just keep ripping the Death Proof off people, but, like, it's a long fight. Can X-Force best Mercs if Cable has the highest damage? Yeah. Yeah, they're still not gonna kill him. He still has too much health. Yeah. Will Zemo potentially mess with the Doombot? Doombot's not a minion. And no. There will be nothing that exists currently in the game that will directly fuck with Doctor Doom. There will only be situations where you can use multiple combined good things. Like, I'm going to use Black Bolt, not because he doesn't res, but because he hurts really hard. Symbiotes are power armor using Ironheart. Inhumans with Black Bolt, and soon to be around Zemo. Yeah. DD2 team is IW, Minerva, Hela, Star-Lord, SSM. That's like the best team you could possibly use. That's literally the best team. Do you know why it's the best team? Because after you do that, you just stop working on Star-Lord, and the other 4 characters are totally good for Dark Dimension 3. Yeah, that's literally the best 4 team. The placement's off, but that's the best team you could possibly use. That is one of the best and most efficient teams. And when I say efficient, what I mean is, if you use those characters at, like, whatever the investment it takes to get them into Dark Dimension 2, they will be good enough to do it. Minerva doesn't have to be 3, 5, 7-star with red stars. Like, Symbiote Spider-Man doesn't have to be. They're all just inherently good and strong characters that you can use to do Dark Dimension on your own. Hey, Marcus. Energy overfill? I'm always at energy cap. Who fucking cares? Yeah, I missed out on, like, 5 energy. Like, the panic of being at energy overflow, like, you only get an energy, like, I'm only gonna get, like, 20 energy over the time this conversation took place. So, like, okay. Let's finish these guys up. Yeah, you're fine, dude. Any guess on how Zemo will be released? I don't know his shard drop, but he seems to be the leader of a team, and leaders of team tend to be 100, so... No. But also, like, we don't know the other characters, right? So, like, Zemo's either a 45 campaign, right? Or he's 100 and then he's something nightmarish. And then we have, I guess people are speculating, like, Swarm and, who's the other idiot? Electro? That's very possible. Like, when you hear about Electro, I don't hear Electro and think, Like, this is a team leader. I think, like, shitty minion. You know, like, shitty guy who does his job. So Electro's a 45 shard unlock. I don't even have to think about that. I don't know what they're doing with Swarm or why they would choose him, so he could be anything. Swarm could be a 15 shard unlock. Who knows, you know? We don't really have a say in that. But is DD2 before DD1 the best way to go? No. It's just... No. Not inherently. Yeah, who is Swarm? It's a great question. Apparently he's like a Squirrel Girl villain / Spider-Man Sinister Six. Like the most recent incarnation of the Sinister Six had him. What's up, Phoenix? After Star Wars, I would constantly recommend you work on your Sinister Six and get 2 legendaries out of it. Congrats, gamer. Swarm is 25 unlock. Yeah, right. Somewhere in the middle. I just need to get my Scientist Supreme 1 more gear tier up for me to take Dark Dimension 2. Be careful with Scientist Supreme. She's pretty meh in Dark Dimension 2. But go ahead, use her. She's not the worst. But she's not great in Dark Dimension 2. You'll find more people would be opposed to it. Do I need to accomplish Dark Dimension 1 for me to be able to do Dark Dimension 2? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Sinister 60. Yeah, right? No, 100%. Sinister 70. So, like, Doc Ock is a legendary. That's cool. But, like, where's Kraven? Give me Kraven, you know? There's so many characters in the Sinister Six. We could... You know how we can release an X-Men every month for the next, like, 4 years and not get one no one's ever heard of? It's the same thing with the Sinister Six. Except no one will have heard of anybody. Any hope for a second row? I hope so, but I don't think so. I've been asking them for a second row for a long time. Are you on the character stream trying to hide your energy overflow? Yes, I am. No, I'm off of energy overflow. I spent it. Moon Knight. Tony, I had a Mysterio 4 shards before I even unlocked Rocket, and Rocket is now 2 purchases behind. Ranky Raid start. Jesus. Too bad it isn't characters people want, right? Alright, let me beat up some team. Not even gonna look. Just what's the best fight? 451? 451. Cool. Oh, Defenders. Great. You mentored the must-have defense team the other night, but I missed it. Girlfriend was blah, blah, blah. The must-have defense team? Oh, it's just 4. It's just 4. The 4 must-have teams on defense are, Asgardians. And again, this is only after you can do 8 attacks. So the most important rule is, after you can do 8 attacks, whatever it is, these are the teams you want to prioritize on defense. It's Hydra with Red Skull, obviously. Mercs with Taskmaster, Asgardians, and Coulson Shield. Like, after you have 8 attacks that you can do, you could start placing those 4 defense teams, and then you want to move up. Like, then it doesn't matter who you put like the Wave 1 Avengers, you know? There are good other defense teams, like, you want to use, like, the Brawlers with CM as a defense team. But if you can't do 8 attacks in war, you don't want to do that. Why are people talking about Electro just talking about Sinister Six? Because Electro would only be a member of the Sinister Six. He wouldn't get an inherently. Now, not a lot of characters, especially, like, weird situational characters that they release, have inherent value outside of that. So it's incredibly unlikely we'd see it. I wasn't even paying attention, and this fight's going my way. I should have paid attention. This blog is strange. We're getting Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro. Something like that, I actually think. I don't think we're getting... I want to get Cracked Out Mask Electro, but I think we're getting Ultimate Universe Electro. Alright, Symbiote Spider-Man. Can you do this? You can't. Man, I should have paid closer attention. Boop, boop, boop. When Ravager Boomer shows up, you know it's lit. That's right. Did you watch Dr. Disrespect stream yet? No. I heard he went live and was like, everyone's responsible for the same rules and stuff. And I was like, dude, shut up. Your name is, like, Tim. More hokey old comic characters. Yeah. You think removing Thor from the race sort? No. I think they're removing Thor from that node he's on. I think Thor is not going to stay on that node. That's what I think. Actually, close to 500k viewers? Yeah, it's Dr. Disrespect. It's Dr. Disrespect. Of course he's popular. I just don't care. And it's also his first stream since he was banned on Twitch. It's a big deal. Who would I consider viable stand-ins? Nobody. Better characters? Nobody. There are no viable stand-ins. If I'm using a team, it's because it's the best option. It's not because, like, I'm testing something. And if you change one thing, you have to auto. So, like, here's the rule. Like, Loki and CM work together to take one character out of a fight. Right? Out of a fight. They're gone. That character's gone. So if you don't have Loki and CM, you don't use Loki and CM. Like, you don't use either. They don't matter. You can still use CM, I guess, but, like, you just, that's the combo, you move it out. I have Symbiote Spider-Man, and I have Hela on offense, and because I have Hela and Symbiote Spider-Man, I can constantly make sure defense down is on somebody when I spread it, which is a big deal, so that's a combo. So if I don't have Hela, who would I use? I'd use Carnage, and if I don't have Carnage, well, now we're getting through 17 iterations of a arena team, and I just, like, that can't exist. Like, work towards the better teams, and if you don't have them, accept the fact that you cannot reach the point that other people have reached who do have them. Like, if you don't have, like, how do you beat Black Order in Arena? Well, it depends. Do you have Black Bolt? No. Well, then you don't beat Black Order in Arena. You know, like, it's not a, like, you're not far enough in the game that that person who spent money to get a Black Bolt before you is going to make a deal. Should I invest in Emma Frost? Yes. Emma Frost is great. I have a Gear Tier 13 Emma Frost. She's awesome. Do you think it's possible to farm 6 Rocket for the October event? 6-star Rocket? No. What are you at? You're okay. You're 50 of 130. So you need to buy him 56 times in the next month and a half, right? 56 times in the next month and a half. So he has to show up in the store 56 times when you have enough raid credits to buy him. Not for free. Friend of mine used symbiotes with Ultron and Shuri and did a 40k punch up against Black Order in one. Yeah, it's totally fair. But if you have Ultron and the 3 symbiotes, you should probably be okay. If you have Ultron, okay. You know, I didn't say, like, if you don't have Black Bolt, like, you can't win without Black Bolt. It was like, do you have Black Bolt? Like, are you at the point in the game where unlocking Black Bolt is something you can do? No? Then don't worry about it. Like, I see people who have, like, Asgardians, right? And people are like, well, how do you beat the Asgardians early? But, like, just wait. You're gonna outscale them. Like, they can't scale up because they can only invest in the shitty ones. That Hela can't get stronger unless they spend money, and if it does, then you lose. Which is why in my arena shard, you'll see all of these 500 Asgardian teams. Like, they're just not there. But you need specific characters to beat the Black Order. So that's why it's like, do you have specific characters? No? Well, then you don't try it. What's the ideal team to get Star Wars? The 5 characters you have at 5-star. There's no ideal team. A perfect world, like absolute perfect world, it's the actual Guardians. Maybe replacing Yondu with Gamora, like switching them out. Or for Gamora. But, like, you just can't get Rocket fast enough. Rocket doesn't have to be 5-star to be on the team. He just has to be, like, present. So I never try to get Rocket. I, like, never, not once. Never have I ever recommended farming Rocket to get Star-Lord. Like, if you're buying it, buy him, but, like, that's it. Am I getting Shuri? Yeah, of course I am. I'm gonna get to tier 4 Black Bolt event because F Hela and Loki because I don't have Hela node. Yeah, same. I can't get to the Hela node. I'm 68. Hey, look, guys. A thing I can't do. Also, I want to address something. Someone in my advice section said, like, Tony needs to talk about how he doesn't actually try in this account. And I'm like, but I do. Like, you guys know I don't try. You guys know I don't give a shit. Like, I'm doing the literal bare minimum. Which means if you're following what I'm doing and treating this as if it's your main account, you will be further than me. There are people who are... okay, I'm at 6 months played right now. There are people who are also 6 months played. Like, not necessarily all free to play, but that are doing significantly better than me. Because I play this game on this account for like 10 minutes a day for this stream, you know? I do it only when I stream, and then occasionally I'll check. There's a reason I'm so far behind on energy. It's because I don't hit all my energy refreshes. I'll hit like 2 during a day, but that's it. I think I'm here. So would you say after getting all the teams that unlock legendaries, I focus hand or Wakandans or war-based teams with their offense or defense? No. After you've gone through your legendary pool, now you've moved to the point where you start working up the teams that you need to do things that you need to do. So like, one of the things about hand and like Wakandans and shit is like, as you play the game, every month that passes, you've obtained about like 100 to 200 extra bullshit character shards. You know, occasionally you open extra premium orbs and blitz orbs and stuff. Just extra bullshit character shards. They have to go somewhere, right? Those shards are going somewhere. And guess what? For me, that was my aim. My entire aim team is extra bullshit character shards. All of it. I didn't farm any of them. So once you know that you have all of the characters necessary at a specific level to do something, which is usually the star problem, which is the hardest thing to farm in this game, it is 310 character shards to unlock every legendary, but Phoenix, she's 510 each. So, you know, it's the difference between 1,500 character shards and 2,500 character shards. So you want to work on the teams that can unlock stuff, but also you want to make sure that you can do different things. So you don't need to have... Wide roster isn't all of your teams are incredibly balanced. That's not what the concept of wide roster is, what a lot of people seem to think it is. Wide roster is about having access to enough characters that within a couple of days or so, you can change whatever you're doing. Wide roster is, I don't have to wait for this thing to happen in order for me to do an event or work, you know, like unlock a legendary or have a better team for U7 or, you know, whatever you want to do. There's a guy in my alliance that's going to get Black Bolt this time around. He hasn't even opened Hell in Loki nodes yet. Of course not. Because he spent money and he's going to get Black Bolt. But then the question becomes, so he'll be good in Arena, right? So we'll take that, and that's awesome. That might be good enough. But then, like, what else? Where, like, just having Black Bolt... Black Bolt's not inherently a raid character. He just happens to be one of the best characters in one of the hardest raids in the game. But he's not, like... Like, it's not like once you get Black Bolt, all of the U6 becomes this. You still have to do a lot of investment. You still need a really strong set of characters. You could actually slot Black Bolt. I actually slot Black Bolt in for Rocket, you know, on the BKT, if you get him. Because then you're getting a lot of energy from Star-Lord and Thanos, and you're doing okay. What's up, K says? This calendar for Black Bolt and Phoenix? Yeah. But not that much. It's only 5 shards. Nice, Daniel. I need 40 Mysterio, 40 Vulture, 70 Green Star for 5-star Sinister 6. Should I stop farming hard? B Porter. I'll tell you. If the answer, if you wanted me to tell you which of those 2 characters, Shuri or Star-Lord, would be a higher impact on your roster, I'll tell you it's Star-Lord. So if the priority swap for you is, which one do I guarantee? And that's actually great, because that's a perfect lean into the entire topic of this video, which is lessons learned, kind of, after 6 months of play. Always take... he's coming at the end of September. Always take the sure thing over the chance of a thing. Which character will improve your roster more? Having Shuri as a late game raid hero early, or having Star-Lord as the member of his team that makes your team good in like War and a couple of other game modes? Oh well, this sucked. I hate that node. This node specifically, I can't fucking stand. That's why in other raids you see me do like around it. I hate this node. in U6.5. Anyway, I'm leaving this alliance. I'm letting them. They want to go to U7. I don't. I'm not comfortable being carried, and I can only do like 1 or 2 nodes in U7 because we did a U7 yesterday, and I did 2 nodes in it, and that doesn't make me feel good. Like, it doesn't make me feel like I'm helping if I'm only doing like 1 or 2 things and everyone else is trying their hardest. So I'm leaving my alliance. I'm going to go into a slightly smaller alliance that's doing the same kind of U6 stuff I'm doing. Will be okay. No, this isn't like a bad thing. I'm just letting them. They want to keep growing faster than I'm going to do as a free-to-play player that doesn't actually pay attention that often. So, like, cool. Like, good news. We'll just swap. Do I have a most hated character in the game? Yeah, 120k rhinos. As most players do, I'm farming defenders. I have a 3 at 5-star and 2 at 3-star. I feel like I should start moving to working on the Guardians. Is that a good idea? It's never too early to stop working on the defenders. That's a quote. It's never too early to stop working on the defenders. The thing is, you have to start eventually. How many more passes of Star-Lord do you want to miss? Is it 1? If you start now, you will probably only miss, at most, 1 pass of Star-Lord, if any. If you start later, you will miss the next pass of Star-Lord, and maybe even the pass after it. So that's up to you. Finally, a Yo-Yo in Hell unlock? It could, Jaguar. It could. Glad I was an alliance that fit. You were looking. Yeah, Gunther, thank you, man. That's super awesome. Also, just so you have it, here's my PID. So, here's the lessons learned, right? And I'm gonna not read chat for a minute so I can get this out. I can't uptime, unfortunately. Damn. What's my uptime? Let me check. 52 minutes. Okay, 52 minutes. Let me just remember that. So, here are the lessons learned 6 months into this account. Free-to-play player. The first lesson, and I know it sounds stupid, and I'm sorry to be the person to say it, is, man, I'd be having a lot more success if I spent some money. Now, that's not a ton of money. I'm not saying I'd have so much more success if I was spending $100 or $200 a week, a month. No. There are some things in this game that money just, like, helps. And that's an important thing. And that's actually the next video I'm going to do just in general, both for this game and just mobile gaming in general, is you must always equate a purchase, and I'll put this on the screen as we talk about it. You must always equate a purchase with what you get for the purchase. Like, it's not the characters. This offer, perfect time to see this offer, right? $49.99 gives you 180 shards of 5 characters. So, this is 900 total character shards. Now, $50 for 900 character shards. Character shards is a made-up metric. They have no value, right? They only have worth to you. They don't have value. They don't mean anything. They're digital numbers on a game that you may or may not play forever. So, you gotta look at what you get. So we know that Cyclops is not farmable, right? At all. At all. You cannot get Cyclops shards right now shy of luck, complete luck from RNG, or purchases. So that 180 character shards of Cyclops is relevant. Yes. Yes. Moving on to the next, Storm. Well, 180 character shards of Storm, she's a node farm. As is Psylocke. As is Colossus. And the first 2 are earlier farms, and Colossus is a later farm. So, how long is it going to take for you as a player, and really quickly, to get 180 character shards? Assuming you get like an average of 3 a day. Not you get 3 a day. Some days you get 0. Some days you get 6. Some days you get 2. Like, it averages to 3 a day. So assuming you farm, that's 60 days for each of those characters, assuming you are farming all 3 of those characters. How much energy is that? 6,000 energy. So this is 6,000 energy and 2 months worth of farming these characters specifically for $50. So like we said, Cyclops is unfarmable, but Wolverine is useless. So they cancel each other out, right? Like you get a character that's useless and you get a character that's impossible to get otherwise. So for the conversation, you remove them away because it doesn't matter. So now we just look at the other stuff and we say, is $50 worth 6,000 energy? Like, would you spend $50 on 6,000 energy? You know what I mean? Or, more importantly, and what I like to equate, would you spend $50 on 6,000 energy and 2 months of progress? That's where you have to look at when you spend money. So when you look at offers, it has to be, this is what I will jump X days, weeks, months ahead for this much money. This $24.99 Defenders pack, even though I go out of my way to make sure, yeah, but that's just extra value. That's why you want them. Because, okay, Chandler, for the same conversation, if I was like, hey, look, it's Hand is actually a useful team. If I designed a pack that was like Ant-Man, Wasp, Nebula, Kingpin, and I can't really think of a fifth useless character. Yes, I can. Aim Infector. If I designed a 5-character pack of 180 shards for those 5 characters, there's no amount of money they can make that offer right now that makes it worth it. You know what I mean? Like, those are not characters that you, like, ever will need or use for literally anything. You just go, oh, whatever, go away. You know what I mean? So, like, you don't look at an offer that has no value to you. It's the same reason why on my main account, I can't look at a lot of these packs because this pack for me is these 2 characters. He's like 50 shards away from max, and he's not. So this is $50 worth, you know, a couple of days worth of farming him and 180 Cyclops shards. That's where we're at right now in this account. So that's like what you look at. This offer, I don't recommend starting with the Defenders. Now that there's a $24.99 Defenders offer, buy the pack. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You just invest in your Defenders as you farm better characters. That seems fine. This team at 3-star will be great. Like, go for it. $24.99. How many days of farming? And more importantly, how many early days of farming? Like, how much time do you save in the starting game if you just buy this pack, right? Amazing. Guardians, same exact thing, except this is harder because Rocket is in a store, Drax is in a store, Mantis is in a store, and Gamora's in a store. So the only one that's node farmable is here. But Rocket's not always in the store, and he costs a limited resource that you don't get a lot of in the early stages of the game. These 2 are also Blitz characters, so don't think of it as like how many Blitz credits this will cost, which is, you know, it's 200 divided by 5, which is 40 times 500. Don't think of it as how many Blitz credits this will cost. Think of just how much time you don't have to spend blitzing to get these characters. And then, of course, Drax in Arena, same kind of thing. So, like, you have to look at purchases. This is a great one to leave on. In how far they accelerate your current game plan. You know? That's it. And new character offers are expensive, right? But look at what you get. Right, let's look at Emma. Someone in the middle of this conversation, how do you increase her more damage? You replace her with a better character and leave her in the dumpster because she's garbage. Snap. 214 hand cane 3-star the last Catalyst challenge. Nice. All right, so I should definitely have it. Okay. Speaking of, let me do it right now. Look at new character offers. Emma Frost, $50, 3-star character unlock, right? Well, that's $50. No video game character is worth $50, right? Except you're not buying Emma for $50 for a 3-star character. You're buying time. That's all you're spending. You're spending money for time. So when will Emma become available for you to get outside of money? When will those milestones start? I believe the 18th was the day that we saw, either in a data mine or something else. So we'll say it's the 18th of the month. So when Emma's offer went on sale, it was like the 3rd of the month. So that's a 15-day period between getting her or spending money to get her and having the ability to start getting her. How many days will it take for you to get 100 shards of her? Assuming it's the same kind of thing as Symbiote Spider-Man, that's like maybe a month, right? Maybe around a month. So we're over, when you spend $50, you are not only spending about a month's worth of time to get Emma today, you are spending that money to like progress further on the character. The reason she's $50 is because she's a character that's worth having. Comparatively, Beast was not worth buying because getting him on that day saved you about... Buying him once saved you about a week, right? Because his offer came out, the next week was his Blitz, and then 3 days later you unlocked him. If you could. Worst case scenario, it saved you 2 weeks, but that's one offer purchase. So one offer purchase there is 2 weeks. The Emma $50 office purchase was worth like a month plus, and that kind of lines up. So now we know that Foxnext equates growth in this game to about $15 a week. That's why you could see, it's a little bit less, but like, that's why you could see like character offers and how things are released and how long it takes. So it comes down to what's going on. Emma's, oh yeah, Anderson, Negasonic. She's gonna become farmable in the next patch. Like, it's gonna happen. But I bought one of her offers, and I blitzed hard for her. So I have a 5-star NTW. Like, I have a 5-star already, and everyone who's like, I wonder what happened, like, I already hedged that up, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna get what I needed, what I needed. So you always don't spend money looking at whether a character is worth money. When you guys ask me if an offer is worth money, I don't answer based on the character. I answer based on the value you get. What's the word? The value you get for what you're paying. So if there's a reason why there are $50 offers that you'd be foolish not to buy if you can afford it, but there are $20 offers that are stupid. Here's a great example. Every month, assuming you can complete all of the Chaos Theory fights, right? You can do the 7-star. Even the 6-star is not that bad. For the 7-star Chaos Theory event, every month, you get 54 credits. And then every week you get 7, so that's about 30. So every month you're getting 84, or, you know, plus or minus a handful every now and then. So 84. So what this is saying is, for $34, you get about 2 weeks worth of progress for silver promotion credit offers. Like, don't look at, well, I'm 50 promotion credits away from upgrading this character. So then we're going to stop that and go, okay, why do you want to upgrade this character? Why does this character need to be 1-star level higher? Like 4 or 5? What is it? Because you can't do what you want to do with them? Or because you just want them to be stronger, you know? That's why I said you get 30 a month. How's Jugs, Magneto, SSM, Ultron, and Pyro for an arena team? Very good. Actually, really, really good. So you should be okay. You'll always have uses for silver credit. Yes, you will always have uses for silver credit. But you will also always be getting silver credit. So why would you spend $34 on 50? Like, why is... That's all you're saying when you buy this. That's all you're saying. And I mean this. And I don't... I'm not saying that you're right or wrong for buying it. I don't have an opinion on what you do with your money. I only have an opinion of what people do when they tell me how to spend mine. And that's the rule. So I'm not telling you how to spend money. I'm giving you my insight on this offer. And this is on my free-to-play account, knowing full well that I bought both Emmas and one of those stupid packs to put more gear onto her so I can get her to 13, because I am secretly incredibly competitive with friends of mine in the game. Like, I will be like, no, you can't have a stronger Emma than me. Like, no, I need to do this. Why I would never buy this offer is because $34 to accelerate, no joke, 2 weeks into this game is just outside of my reasonable expenditure line. Like, just outside. My reasonable expenditure is every $10 I spend has to grant me at least a week's worth of value. Which is why when someone says, hey, this offer is worth $9.99, would you buy it? I would say maybe earlier, but not now. Hey, those energy offers. Oh yeah, no, those are amazing. Like, they're almost an auto buy if you aren't at level cap. Like, if you have an option, buy it. For me, anyway. But if you are at level cap, they're still good. They're just not as good. It's like one whole thing. That energy offer is $24.99 for 5 days worth of energy. Now, that's less than my general principle, but that energy is worth a little bit more because it's additional energy, not replacement energy. So now I'm 5 days further on all of the farms I want to be at, which is relevant in more than one way. So that's an example of where there's not direct value that I will go into. But this offer, you just need to accept it. It doesn't matter how you justify however you spend your money. You are spending $34.99 USD to get about 2 weeks, give or take, worth of silver credits. So if you buy it 3 times, you're spending about $100 to get roughly just under 2 months worth of credits. That might be worth it. It might not be worth it at 50, but once you get to the higher numbers, you might be like, oh yeah, I'm accelerating like literally 2 months in this line. Okay, that's cool. What about someone that has Wakandans at 3-star? If you have your Wakand, it's perfect. Thank you for that question. If you have your Wakandans at 3-star, seriously, why are you even looking at buying silver promotion credits? What possible reason? Like, if you aren't capable of getting the absolute maximum value you can of the characters you're playing in the game, that $34 to spend on this would be better suited spending towards getting them stronger to get more shards. It's literally the difference of, do I order food tonight because I don't want to cook, or do I go to the grocery store at the beginning of the week so I have enough food so I don't have to spend money? It's the asshole tax. If I'm ordering food because I don't have anything or I don't want to cook, I'm paying an asshole tax, which is the extra money for the food, plus the delivery, plus like whatever else I have to buy. It's an asshole tax. This is an asshole tax. You're an asshole. Like, I buy things that make me an asshole all the time. But that's what this is. There's no reason to buy this because you need something now. That's it. Never is now. Oh no, I'm 50 shards away and this character I want is in the store. Don't worry, they'll be back in the store. I promise. That's how stores work. They show up again. There's no reason to. Punisher got the defender tag. How much of a buff would that be for the team? Almost negligible. If Punisher got the defender's tag, the reason it would be a buff for the team is you'd be able to take out Daredevil and put in anyone else. Because he would count himself. He already gets more heals. He gets the same amount of heals. Because he's the only character. Oh yeah. It's the first pass is the defenders and that's it. It doesn't matter. Punisher has 4 hit points. If he's at full health and something would kill him, it's dead. But then at the same time, Look at this. Look at this. What is this offer worth? Well, that depends on how many shards you get, you know? $20 for 6 shards. What's in the orbs? Do you get 6 of each character? So, assuming worst case scenario, you get 36 orbs for offers for $20. This is an asshole tax. This is, you need this thing now. You want Black Bolt now because bad luck or poor planning wouldn't let you get him ahead of time. So, bad luck, poor planning, or you're trying to accelerate beyond the scope of the game that you're allowed to. Like, if you're trying to get a Black Bolt within the first, like, 50 days of gameplay or something, like, crazy like that, you know? So, but yeah, it's all random. Now, if this was $20 for a guaranteed 20 shards of a character, then you make your own argument. You justify it how you want. Like, oh, if I buy this offer, or if I buy a character offer, where's the hell offer? It's here somewhere, right? Yeah. If I buy this character offer, how much time does it say you? Yeah, you pay the asshole tax, you accept the fact that you're an asshole, and you move on. That's it. Just don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. You know, like, you're pissing on my leg. Own the fact that, like, you spent money. This offer, I'm not ashamed to say, I bought this offer once to get a 6-star Black Bolt because I just didn't farm hella because I was like, like, that's it. I bought this offer once. It was my asshole tax. That was what I paid the asshole tax to get my 6/6 Black Bolt. Till after the event. Well, it'll come during the event. Can Guardians punch up without Star-Lord? There is no Guardians without Star-Lord. There's your answer. Just like there is no Inhumans without Black Bolt, just like there is no Brotherhood without Magneto, just like there is no X-Men without Phoenix. You can't remove the most important character on a team and still call it a team. I bought that offer in a range of Phoenix for next event, same field. No, dude, doesn't matter. Yeah, she's absolutely worth it inherently because she's the good character. Same exact offer. Does it feel good to buy Sif this way? No. I know you, boy. Like, this offer for Sif, you ain't gonna feel good. So what are you spending? Right. This is a different offer review. And this is part of the lessons learned thing. And this is all part of it. Like, I learned that there are purchases I could have made if I was willing to spend small amounts of money. Like, $24 a month. That I'd be, if I bought this offer every time I saw it, and only this offer every time I saw it, I'd have hit every single stretch goal I had for this account. $24.99, I promise you. Because it was always energy or cores. Even if it's just cores sometimes, just being able to buy cores is enough. $20 in cores, you know? That might have been enough for me to double drop refresh nodes. There is things that you get for very minimal money that is the reason why I have such a huge issue with people who say they're free to play, but I bought this one thing. Like, I'm free to play, but I bought that, like, that 100 orb offer for $10. Be like, your account got so much stronger than anyone else's account who didn't buy that you don't get to call yourself free to play. Like, that's just not an option for you anymore. You can't. You're now, like, you know, casual spender. That's it. And if you never buy anything for 2 years, the stink of spending money doesn't get off you. You don't like, it's not like virginity. You're not born again virgin. Like, you know, like you can't be like, I'm a virgin. I only had sex when I was fucking, 20. Like, no. You spend the money, you move on. I used Sinister 6 to get the Sinister 6. I used the stones. That's actually very fair. But there are so many little offers. This offer, I don't know. Someone in my line said they were more of a dolphin than a whale. The difference between a dolphin and a whale is that a whale will buy stuff if it has any perceivable value. For example, if you buy this offer, I don't care who you are. If you buy this offer, you are a whale. That's it. You're a whale. Now, people equate whale with spending. People think, like, you have to spend X dollars to be a whale. No, you don't. The terms of how you spend, it's not how much you spend. Is the 3K energy whale food? Dolphin food. 3K energy is dolphin food. It's a mindset. I've done an entire video series on it. And this is not just my opinion. This is how video game companies equate characters. They don't call them dolphins and whales and krakens and shit like that. They call them other stuff. But, like, they understand the type of person. The highest spender is a kraken. A kraken sees anything that they don't have and they buy it. Krakens will buy this offer. They won't buy this. They won't buy this. But honestly, Krakens might buy this because it gives you ultra credits, and ultra credits are usable to get a new thing. So guess what? There may be people who are buying these offers who have these characters at 7-star. This offer, $50 for how many ultra credits they get? Who knows? Super, super, super relevant. This offer, unlikely. This is not a Kraken. No Krakens are buying this offer because they already maxed out the characters because they spent money. So it doesn't matter. This offer is a Kraken purchase every time. You know, like, if they don't have something, a Kraken buys it. That's what it is. Oh, this offer? Well, I might need more training materials in the future, so I'll buy it. When in the future? I don't know. I have 40,000 of these. You know? But it doesn't matter. There's compulsive offer. And then there's like $1.99 offers. Like, here. How rich are these Krakens? There are billionaires currently playing this game, dude. Like, there are plenty of millionaires and a handful of billionaires currently playing this game. There's like a Saudi prince and a Taiwanese real estate mogul playing this game. Yeah. It's possible to get out. I answered that question. Oh, of just Hella? I answered that. I said, like, no. Not unless you spend money. You can't farm 151 Hella shards in 7 days. You have to buy her. Would you go in Dark Dimension 1 with Guardians if your rocket wasn't 6-star currently? Probably not. There's no rush to get into Dark Dimension 1. Tadano Mac is not a person. Tadano Machinery Corporation is a corporation. Tadano Mac is either the head of or a group of people who work for Tadano Machinery Corporation who are playing an account and spending money in order to advertise through gaming, which is something that you actually see incredibly commonly in a lot of games, especially mobile games, especially Korean and Japanese high-impact mobile games. Like Black Desert Online had it, or Black Desert Mobile has it too. How many Hella and Sif is reasonable to get? In 10 days, assuming you're exclusively focusing on, it's conservative, like 30 to 40 is the most reasonable you can get in 10 days. Do you work in, like, stocks? No. That kind of smart. Yeah, of course it is. How much money did it cost? And now everybody Googles Tadano Mac and they find out about Tadano Mac Machinery Company. If you were a pro sports player playing a mobile game, you're a Kraken. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I used to make money buying PlayStation, like, game consoles when they came out. I would pre-order as many of them. Oh, they can share an account. If you're spending... Let me explain something that's very different and a lot of people don't quite understand it. If I spend money, I don't have to follow the same rules you do. If I give them a lot of money, I don't have to do... And this is true in every aspect of life. The more money I spend, or have, the less things I have to do that you have to. I can park my car in front of a fire hydrant because it's a $50 ticket. And I can afford to spend $50. So I paid $50 to park. Audi, I'm about $20,000 in this one. Again, whales are... It's a mindset. You buy a whale... As a whale, you buy something that impacts you. Like, that makes you better now. Whatever makes you better now, you're a whale. Kraken is, I don't have it, I need it. Krakens tend to be collectors. Whales are, this makes me better now. This makes me better now. But whales tend to also understand what makes them better now. Like, did Beast make you better now? For me, no. Beast didn't make me better now. There was no reason to buy Beast. Emma made me better now. Emma made me better now. And realistically, I'm actually only half a whale because I didn't spend the money it took to get her to 13 on the first day I got her. I waited 4 days to get her to gear tier 13. It took me 4 days to do that. Who's MM2? You have more questions about something I haven't told me? Yeah, I did. No game developer wants to get back charged to hell? Yeah. Why do you think I back charged $1,500 from DSA and they're still letting me play? Because they're like, well, he might spend it again. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know who McMull is. What, like, am I supposed to? Ah, Adi, that is incredibly dangerous thinking. It's not your responsibility to make a game that gets shut down. That's an incredibly dangerous... That's actually... And I address this in the same way I address this, in my opinion, on other mobile games that I've spent a lot of money on, dude. That is the kind of thinking that baits you into believing that you've invested in this game. Nothing you've done in this game is an investment. Nothing. None of it. No money you spend on mobile games is an investment. It is a temporary purchase for temporary happiness. That is why offers come out all the time. If this game shuts down, it's not because you didn't spend money. It's because they didn't understand how to make the game marketable. No. You are not responsible for the success and failure of this game. And I know you want, like, a lot of people... I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are. But people tend to use that as an excuse to justify the fact that they've spent a ton of money. And they're like, well, I don't want to feel like I lost that money. I've spent about $20,000 in this game over the last... Since alpha. Or not alpha. Since launch. Since global launch. I've spent about $20,000 in this game. I have no problem with my money having been spent. And if this game closed tomorrow, on to the next one. Does not affect me at all. Does not affect me at all. And a lot of people who don't have an understanding and concept of money, especially in mobile gaming. I have a background as a mobile game developer, so I understand a little bit more than most. But, like, most people don't understand that. They're like, Tony, you spent $20,000 and my account's close is close to yours in power. And I'm like, that's not why I spent $20,000 to be the first to do things, or among the first to do things. You know what I mean? I'm ahead of the curve, weeks, months behind anyone who isn't spending that money. So there are free-to-play players who actually have higher TCP than my main account. You know? But there aren't free-to-play players that do things as quickly and as efficiently as I do, because I bought Emma. I bought Emma. Also, just gonna throw this out there because it's a conversation I had. If you have never spent money and won a gift card on a stream and use that money to improve your account, congratulations, you're no longer a free-to-play player. Doesn't matter that it wasn't your money. So, just throwing that out there, just so everyone understands. I was considering spending cash for the Loki and Hell offers, but they both be 50 shards short and I can't farm them. Still beat Hero 7-1, but didn't invest in those characters. You get Black Bolt at 6-star this. Oh, they get Black Bolt at 6-star? Bro, that's no big deal. If you're getting a 5-star Black Bolt, you're getting a 5-star Black Bolt. That extra star ain't gonna matter. That extra star matters in the race for higher red stars, you know? Like, you know the difference between a 5-star Black Bolt and a 6-star Black Bolt? He doesn't have to cough after he ults. That's also accurate, Truck. Because free-to-play has nothing to do with you as a player. Free-to-play has to do specifically with the account. The account is free-to-play, the account isn't. MM2 is a YouTuber that's trying to teach players how to play, but his account is a Kraken account. Maybe he knows. Maybe he knows. Does he know? I don't know. I don't know. Listen, you can't just make a video and be a content creator. That's not like a qualification. I put years and work and time into this. I had conversations with other content creators and smart people in this game. There are people who are currently succeeding in Marvel Strike Force because of conversations I've had with people. And, like, my level of content, I'm not saying I'm the best. I don't even think I'm the best. I don't even think I'm good. But, like, I get enough feedback to know that my content is helping people enjoy that. You aren't a content creator because you say you're a content creator. You're a content creator when your content matters. There are plenty of people who are, like, streamers, you know? Streamers, you can, like, you're not a content creator for League if you stream League. You're a League streamer. Like, you play League, you're streaming it, that's what you're doing. You're not a content creator until your bills are paid by doing the content. That's what makes you a content creator. You're an aspiring content creator. Yeah. Yeah, Anderson. This is not a problem. Here's another thing that's very incredibly important. You can't help everybody. So take that idea, throw it in the garbage, never try it. I can't release content that everybody is going to do. Because if I release content and everyone goes, this is correct, then we're at status quo again. And we can't be at status quo. I'm actually a huge fan of the idea that the people who are currently playing this game, or have been playing this game, I want that pool very small. What I want is, I want more new players coming to me with ideas and understanding so I can impart on them the knowledge of playing this game for 2.5 years. No, yeah. I can tell you that there's more people below my TCP that are a better player than me than above me. That I know for a fact, but that's not an insult. That's not a insult. That's a statement of... You know the open the jar principle, everybody? Like, you can't open a pickle jar, so you'll like bash it, or you'll give it to somebody else and they'll open it, and then you'll be like, I loosened it for you, you know? There's more people below it. Of course it's just a statistic, but it's also accurate. It's both. If I try to open a pickle jar and I can't do it, and I hand the pickle jar to somebody else, and they go, because they're stronger than me, that's one thing. Now, same exact concept. If I hand them a bottle of beer that isn't a twist-off cap, their strength probably won't help them without breaking the actual bottle or anything like that, you know? Like, their strength won't matter, but I have the tool that I need, or a flat surface, like a phone. Like, that's the idea. The jar is, sometimes you get so strong that tasks that look challenging aren't challenging. It's like you see it in World of Warcraft, you see it in a lot of stuff. Like, you see it because... in World of Warcraft, you can be strong enough that you can go back and beat the piss out of weaker things that were hard. But if you didn't do it when everyone was at even parity, then it doesn't matter that you did it. You know, like, that's the sign of versus skill, you know? So, for me, there's a lot of people who end up... and I've done it. I'm guilty of it, by the way. I'm guilty of it many times where, like, I stopped thinking about the game because I could click auto on every war fight, because at that time when I was facing off against people in war, the fights were bad. And the game had, like, I got hit by it because then a new thing came out and I was like, I'll just use this, and it didn't work, and I went, oh my god, I stopped thinking. So I have to start thinking again. Can you show your roster? This is my free-to-play roster. A lot of M-game streamers have lost contact with mid-game and no longer get it. Honestly, that's one of the reasons I started this free-to-play account, was to understand the struggles of playing this game, because I would hear someone say, basically, for a long time, I suspected that the defenders stopped mattering. And it was because the game started progressing beyond the point where the defenders made a difference, right? So I was like, okay, there's got to be something else. So September of last year, people started asking me stuff, and I would tell them, like, Farm the Guardians and try to get Star Wars as fast as possible. It's going to help you the most through most parts of the game. And then we got into the, like, a couple months in, and someone's like, dude, you were right. Star Wars was, like, amazing, because now I could do U6 without a question, and then, like, now I'm working in Dark Dimension 2 and everything. I was like, okay, cool. And then I said, you know what? I think it's right. I did a video saying, like, we're done with the Defenders now. You don't need them. And then every single fucking idiot in this game, and I cannot stress how you're an idiot if you think this, thinks that because the Defenders are necessary for Block Party, which at the time came by once every 3 months, you should work on them first. And you are an idiot if you think that. You, at the best case scenario, you are ignorant. The best case scenario is you're an ignorant person. Ha, that's funny, Joe. You're an ignorant person because you don't know the difference. But if you understand that they're not good and still prioritize, but people now say Star Wars is trash. I understand that. I understand that. Good. People are starting with aim. Good. People are working on I don't know. People are prioritizing getting Black Bolt as fast as possible. Good. Good. Because the more shitty players there are in this game, the better you're gonna do. And I can't stress that enough. The more bad players there are in this game, or the more people that are willing to spend a ton of money is gonna, what Adi and I were talking about before about spending, the more people who are willing to spend money to make up on mistakes or to do something, they're gonna keep this game alive. You'll be fine. Like, yeah, more, that's the best way to say it. More people who start with aim, that's a whole bunch of lunch money we're gonna bully everybody. I'm not saying aim ain't a good team, I'm saying it's the dumbest starting team. It's the Defenders, but actually harder to get and less useful. Like, overall, less useful than the Defenders. Because if your argument for the aim team is that I can do the challenge fight in 7-1 with a 140k aim team, which is an average of, what, like 25k each person, then you absolutely positively do not need to have them invested in. Like, here's my aim team, and if I ever need them for something, I'll put, like, 2 days into working on it. Going for Black Bolt from the jump is like trying to sprint before you can walk. People say you can do Dark Dimension 2 with aim. You absolutely can. Dude, you can do Dark Dimension 2 with the Defenders. You can do, honest to God, dude, you can do Dark Dimension 2 with the Ravagers. Actually, that's a bad example. You could do Dark Dimension 2 with aim. With hand. 100%, dude. You can do all of Dark Dimension 2 with hand. Yeah, it's stupid as fuck, and I wouldn't do it, but you can. Have you ever used an aim team? Anyone ever use their aim team? Do you feel like you're in control of fights when you use your aim team? Or are you punching down? Aim is fun as shit. Aim is super fun. Do you feel like you're like, yeah, this raid node? Or are you punching down? Finish with DD2 with PA. Exactly. Dude, I'm doing DD2 speedruns now with random ass characters. Ultron in a year and a half. All the way, dude. Depends. Oh, I'm specifically talking about, like, anything. Aim is playing Yogg in Hearthstone. That's actually 100% accurate. Put it on auto and let them decide who wins. And again, Aim has their purpose. They're a great war offense team. They're a pretty good war defense team. They're a good counter to specific teams. They have a lot of value. That's true. Actually, that's the best way I've ever seen it. Aim is like supernatural. They do stuff, and you're happy that the stuff ends up being there. Aim is a low damage but endurance team. Correct. Do you know what's a actual higher damage but also equal endurance team? Fury Shield. Is Aim easier to get than Fury Shield? Of course it is. Which one of those teams is worth more of an investment? Which one of those teams is about to become a whole bunch easier to get? It's a good villains team. They're a good team. I'm not saying they're not a good team. I'm saying they're not a starting team. Isn't a better start Sinister Six rather than 8? Technically neither. Technically neither is a good start. Sinister Six gets you 2 legendaries, but those legendaries don't matter until you have characters worth protecting. Like, the legendaries you get for Sinister Six is sure... Like, not all legendaries are equal. Invisible Woman is very good when you get her and starts to fall off a little bit. Not a lot, a little bit over time. Shuri doesn't matter when you get her, but gets better as you get further into the game. Whereas Star-Lord helps you now, but less later. So, like, you could skip over the point where Star-Lord is beneficial to you by spending money and working on better characters. Yeah, aim and shield are pretty on par for you. Like, yeah, it's a fair assessment. Like, that's... All I know is that on the global nodes, in Greek raids, on Greek 4, I use Fury Shield all the time, and I won't even bring my aim in because I can't auto it. So... I think... I can't comment on that. The reason... I said it before. The reason people are talking about AIM is because MODOK is coming out this year, and he's not a legendary, but he's going to be a part of the AIM team, and everybody who fucking worked on AIM is going to be like, look, I spent money on MODOK, and now my team is okay. And I'm going to sit there with my dick in my hand being like, I'm not even erect yet. Get me erect. Show me what's happening. That's what's happening. Can I explain why IW is so important to DD2? Yes. IW offers 2 things that are incredibly important. Her survivability in the barrier, because they don't actually do more damage in Dark Dimension 2, but that barrier is incredibly relevant. Also, the hide, her defense up buff flip, is incredibly relevant, especially if she's the person who has the highest health, because then she becomes a tank for 2 turns, while you allow your characters like your Minerva or your Hela or whoever else you have in that fight to heal up over time, so it gives you an extra time. Rocket Special. Rocket Special is a good tier 4. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's a good tier. It's not a bad tier 4. On my main account, my Rocket Special and all are tier 4. I don't want to shit talk anybody. Listen, he had an idea. I give him credit for it. I had an idea. I had an idea that we're done with Defenders. Turns out, my idea is closer to accurate than his. That's it. He had an idea. If someone came out and said, I'm doing it with Hydra, I'd be like, I wish you brought luck, bro. I ain't wasting my time. That's true. Every single person who ends up saying, like, how are you going to do Villains 1? And then I go, like, AIM. I'll just use AIM. And they're like, but Tony, you didn't start with AIM. I'm like, I know, right? What are the odds? Oh, they're all unlocked already? Cool. I just can't... can you please explain what team you're going to use for Dark Dimension 2, bro? Star-Lord, Minerva... Star-Lord, Minerva, Hela, Symbiote Spider-Man, and the 5th is whomever. I don't care. I want to use Carnage, but it might not. Yeah, everybody who worked on Hydra minions for so long. I don't have IW. Are you guys advising me on my best team? Are you guys advising me on the best team to use for Dark Dimension 2 that I tell people how to use? Just making sure. The best team to use. Don't do what I do. I'm not doing this so you copy me. I'm doing this so you understand what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, no, go ahead. Tell me about how Black Bolt works with Yo-Yo next. I don't have IW. I missed out on... I got incredibly greedy, and I tried to get a 6-star Star-Lord. And that's another thing I want to address in this topic. Another thing I want to address is that my greed, combined with my lackluster play, has cost me. Star-Lord, Minerva, IW, and whatever 2 other tunes, yeah. That's the best team. Sorry, Andrew Ray. That was really good. I made a mistake, and I can admit it in hindsight. It wasn't it wouldn't have been a mistake if it worked, but it was a mistake because I missed. I could have gotten a 6-star Star Lord. I happened to miss it as I was on a flight on the last day with no internet service and couldn't farm the last 5 shards I needed on a character that I hadn't farmed at all. No, unnecessary, Bastion. Unnecessary. You can work on specific ones, but it's unnecessary. So I messed up. I would have had a 6-star Star Wars, which would have been great, because I totally would have entered Dark Dimension 1 and immediately, and I would have been done by now, because I would have had most of a team, right? Most of the team ready to go, and that would have been great. The problem is, I missed it. But at the cost of that, ultimately, it still was a bad idea. I shouldn't have done it, no matter what, as a free-to-play player. So I going for that 6-star Star Wars on the first pass, while would have helping me in one aspect of the game, hurt me so dramatically when it came to unlocking additional characters that would have helped me more. Like, if I never went for 6-star Star Wars, if I stopped when he was 5, no matter what, I would have had Invisible Woman, and I would have had Magneto. That's not even a question. That would have happened. Like, no doubt about it. I was 2 characters off of Magneto, and it was like Mystique and Psylocke. And if I had farmed them instead of Shocker and Green Goblin, who I stopped farming because I knew I couldn't do it, I would have been better off. So that's my mistake. That's something I don't want people to learn. Yeah, that's... Groot and SSM, that seems fine. That seems fine, Dion. You're gonna be a little bit of a slower team, but you'll be able to... You'll have the survivability to do it. What's up, Smokey? Yeah, so that's why being free-to-play sucks, right? But... I would have been better off. So now I can tell you, 6 months into this game, if you're going to start farming for Star Wars, get him to 5, and then when you have him at 5, just let it go. You can worry about 6 on the next pass. You'll have plenty of time to do it. It's okay. He doesn't need to be 6-star. You do not need to do Dark Dimension 1 before you do Dark Dimension 2. It does not need to happen. If you choose to, if you're willing to spend money to do it, then yes, by all means. Farm a 6-star Star Wars and spend the money to make up for some shortfalls you see in characters like Shocker or Green Goblin. Buy that $24 pack. Obviously, if you look right now, if I bought that $24 pack on either, you know, the Sinister Six or the Guardians, everything would have been easier for me. Duh. I can't wait to do my next free-to-play account where I have a set number of money I'm allowed to spend a month, and you see what I spend and how I spend it. This is where we're at, knowing I've made mistakes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Hella for Carnage is 100% great. The perfect team I said for Dark Dimension 2, the perfect team is Star-Lord, Minerva, Invisible Woman, Hela, and Symbiote Spider-Man. Every account should be aimless, because you don't fucking need aim in the first any amount of time in the game. When Star-Lord next pass? About a month and a half. After Phoenix. Before IW. Didn't you say Yo-Yo can take IW slot if you ever? Of course. Yo-Yo can take IW slot. The problem... when I present the perfect team, it is the best characters you can unlock and progress in the game with the value. Now, if you don't have Symbiote Spider-Man, like, it doesn't matter. Just put someone else in. Who cares? If you don't have Hela, put someone else in. Who cares? If you don't have Minerva, you started playing this game after last month. Because we all got a free Minerva last month. So there's no excuse if you've been playing this game from last month, or at least most of last month. You got a free Minerva. Yeah, take Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo's great. Yo-Yo's not better Then IW, it's like a lateral move, you know? It's like, But if you have Symbiote Spider-Man, it's totally great. Oh, no, I'm not going to update my software on my phone. Thank you. Shut up. So, my first takeaway from all of this is, as a free-to-play player, and as a big fat blubbery whale who's willing to spend any amount of money to get what I want. Which characters am I using for that? Well, considering the fact that I have Symbiote Spider-Man and Carnage, and I have 2 levels left to get to Hero 7-1. Since I have... Oh, sorry. Carnage. Since I have Symbiote Spider-Man, I will and Miles, I will probably just take a look at what other city hero characters, like maybe Punisher, maybe Ms. Marvel, maybe JJ, you know? And work on them. Don't need to beat it. I don't need a 3-star. Just need a 1-star. And if you have Symbiote Spider-Man, none of it matters. Wait, who fucking cares what you do? You have Symbiote Spider-Man, you win. No. Yeah, boy, that's not my advice at all. And you will never beat it quicker. IW versus Shuri. IW is a protector that keeps your characters safe. Shuri is a retroactive support that heals your characters and gives them a little bit of an opportunity. One of the major differences between the two is Shuri says, hit whoever you want, they're just going to take less damage. IW says, hit a specific character while these guys wait and hide. Yeah, if you got Symbiote Spider-Man, like, if you have Symbiote Spider-Man and the Defenders and you still use the Defenders to do 7-1, you're a fool. Like, you're a fool. Even if your Symbiote Spider-Man is poor investment, you a fool. What's up, Kevin? If you have Yo-Yo, use Yo-Yo. It's fun. Groot plus IW makes Groot a tank again and gives slow to the enemy team. It makes both, but, like, it's all good. Like, trust me, like, when I said Star-Lord, Minerva, IW, and 2 other people, I wasn't really exaggerating. Like, Star-Lord, Minerva, IW, CM, and Nick Fury. Go for it. Have fun. Nick Fury dies, res him, he'll spread death proof to everybody. Like, you can do anything you want. Use Magneto, who cares? When I give the best recommendations, it's the characters that is worth recommending in general because they have more value outside of that as you progress and play through the game. But best team for Dark Dimension 2? Black Bolt. Just have Black Bolt. Black Bolt. Black Bolt and characters. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, it's an honest question. People ask all the time. Like, it's not a silly question to ask if you don't have Defenders how you're going to do something. That's actually indicative of an issue that the community has in general, which is this idea that things that were are. Like, guys, Tony from 2018 is here. Hi, what's going on? Hold on. Tony from 2018 had a lighter beard, but like way more chest hair. So, 2018 Tony here. Okay, guys, 2018 Tony here. You need to do your U5. I got the best team for you. Are you ready for the best U5 team? We're going to start with the best tank in the game, Captain America. You don't get better than Captain America. If he's not on your raid team, you're an idiot. We're going to move on. It's the Black Widow, the hardest to get character in this game. She is basically a legendary on her own. You don't have Black Widow? That's okay. We'll talk about options later. You can even use Merc Lieutenant. Now, I know he's a villain, and it's not really useful for a lot of stuff, but you could definitely use Merc Lieutenant instead of her. But that's pretty much the core. It's best tank in the game in Captain America, the absolute best speed up you can possibly get in Black Widow, and then you gotta put Quake in that fight. It's gotta be Quake. Do you know why it has to be Quake? It's gotta be Quake because with her slow and Black Widow's speed up, oh, I swear they're gonna nerf slow. They're gonna nerf it. It's too powerful. This is too powerful. You cannot stop it. This is the most important thing you can have. And now how do you do it? Well, now you got to bring the team together, right? Now you need a healer. And who's the only healer in this game capable of healing in raid nodes? You guessed it, Night Nurse. Best healer in the game. Are you ready? Night Nurse. Best healer in the game. I said it twice so you don't forget it. Who's the last character? That's up to you. I like Yondu, because he rips buffs off of every character every turn. We didn't know. And, like, that's the best. But if you don't have him, guess what? You can use Hulk. Hulk. You can use that Hulk that you got from logging in this game for 65 days. Scene. This was 2018. Now tell me right now, what a dumb piece of shit you would sound like if that's what you said. Tell me right now, if I told you the best raid team was those 5 characters, that you would be like, oh, this guy's drinking bleach. Like, he's an idiot. Get rid of him. Dark Dimension 3? Do you want me to do Dark Dimension 3 now, like, legitimately? Or do you want me to do Dark Dimension 3 like the idiot thing that people were doing at the beginning? Merc Lieutenant's great. Absolutely, Merc Lieutenant's really good. But yeah, no question. But that was why, like, he wasn't the priority. That was why it was funny. Because, like, you could use Merc Lieutenant a little if you want. Yeah. You said I forgot Quake. Bamp, how long have you been here? Legitimate, but you talk like an idiot? Oh, legitimate, but I talk like an idiot? Nah, I can't do that. If I'm talking like an idiot, I gotta give dumb advice. 2018, Tony used to do offers in a rotation with that hat turned upside down. Yeah. Idiot way of DD3. Idiot way of DD3. Shield Trooper, guys. If you're not bringing in Shield Trooper, you're just wasting resources. He costs no mini uniques. The most important thing. Don't worry about stuff like SBCs and focus catalyst, superior focus catalyst parts. You have 1 million of them. It's not like characters are going to take 1,000 of each to level up. You'll be fine. No, Crossbones wasn't a raid character. He was the arena meta. Don't confuse the two. Don't confuse the arena meta of Hand Sentry, Crossbones, Yondu, Kingpin, and other character. Sounds great. That's how you create the new Doom campaign. Yeah, perfect. That's the Wave 1 Avengers Cup. With Quake. Oh my god. No, different nodes. Okay. Is a 50k Black Bolt enough for Dark Dimension 2 team? Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, he's probably fine. That's how, yeah, and I know it's not joking, that's how I see people, like, that's how I saw people who started with Defenders after a certain point. I'm like, they're not even that important. The game has evolved past the point where Defenders matter, so, like, don't worry about them. Get them later. And then, like, I guess that's how some people saw starting with the Guardians. Like, Star Wars doesn't even matter in the end game. Like, that is not true. Like, inherently not true. I use Star Wars a lot in the end game. I use them in a lot of different raid nodes. I use them in a lot of different fights. And also, I don't regret having good characters. Good characters are just good. And I don't regret the fact that I used Star Wars, a good character, to quickly get Ultron. And I did it when it mattered. I did it when, like, I was the 1006th person to unlock Ultron. You know, when no one else around me had Ultron. Or 2 other people, and it made a difference. I'm not saying it doesn't matter now, but when there's only 1,000 people in the game with one character, being among that pool is pretty relevant. And then you get to be stronger as long as people around you don't have it. Is Carnage passive worthy first tier 4? For him, it's like his only tier 4 he needs. But first overall, yeah, Symbiote Spider-Man's passive is a little bit better. Rob replacing Sabretooth on Marauder's War D. Why? No. Sabretooth is the most important person on that team. Sabretooth is all of the damage of that team. All of it. 100% of the damage of that team. Absolutely not. So, I have a question. What idiot is now recommending splitting up teams and using Blob with other... Like, and this is not anyone here, but there's got to be some dipshit content creator saying it. There's got to be some dummy that's talking about it. What dumb... Yeah, that's what I'm asking. That exactly, Corgi. I'm not putting it on you. What dummy dumb is saying that Blob needs to be off of a team and on a different team that becomes... This way making... basically, out of 10 characters, making one 6-character team that devalues 4 other characters. Who the fuck is Duarctic? I don't know. Someone just said somebody recommended some dumbass. I asked what shitty content creator is producing bad information, and someone said Duarctic, and I'm like, who is he? I don't know who he is. It's not YouTube drama. I don't know who that is. I know content creators. I talk to a lot of people. I talk to people. So if there's a content creator out there that I don't know about it, it says more about them than it does about me. Like you guys are basically coming in. You guys are basically coming in and being like, Fritz Stickelmeyer just said this on this team. I'm like, you're not a person. Like, that's not a person. Unstable gamer from a completely different game. Cubs fan Han. Bro, I know Cubs fan Han. I love Cubs fan Han. I'm not gonna fucking listen to a goddamn word Cubs fan Han has to say about this game. He doesn't know it. 6 months from now, maybe. Blob on defenders is new meta. Fair. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not saying who's your favorite goon squad in this game? AIM. Yeah, we're not putting Blob, like... Listen, I'm gonna make this incredibly clear. I'm gonna make this as incredibly clear as I possibly can, because I'm starting to get frustrated by stupidity. If you think putting Blob on a team that isn't the Brotherhood is a good strategy for anything that matters in this game, you should not be giving advice to people. Conversation over. Conversation over. I'm not saying Blob's not a great character. I'm not saying you can't find a situation for it. You need to work on your theory crafting, you just don't have the vision to see it. That's fair. Oh no, has it been tested? Will it work? Of course it will. The issue has nothing to do... Okay guys, do you want to hear the top... You want to know the absolute best war defense right now? Okay, let's go. Best war defense right now. Phoenix, Ultron, Black Bolt, Mr. Sinister, Emma Frost. Best war defense right now. Put it on defense. Guaranteed you're going to get some war victories. It doesn't matter that it breaks apart 5 teams. Doesn't matter that most of the teams that you would be using on offense are there. Doesn't matter. You're going to get war defense wins. And that's all that matters if you have a tiny brain. I can't patch stupid. I can give you advice, and I can teach you how to understand how to play this game better. I cannot possibly teach you how to not be an idiot. And if that sounds like a good idea for you, you're an idiot. If taking characters off of teams... If taking characters off of teams... We're gonna go back. Wolverthor, friend of mine. Love Wolverthor. When Wolverthor came out and was like, you could build this like Korath Ultimus team to beat the Black Order, and you could do this other thing and do this thing, so we'd have this and then you do that, and I'd be like, Ordo, let me clarify. I'm not roasting, I'm talking about dumbass shit. Don't be dumb. Swapping Blob and Sabretooth doesn't break any teams. It actually does. It completely breaks 2 teams. Just because the Brotherhood 2.0 with Blob and Toad is specifically designed to counter specific teams. So when you swap Blob with Sabretooth, they do not counter those teams, and therefore they are different. The Marauders are a defense team which means it doesn't fucking matter what you do with them. Doing well with those. Scream, I've heard your boy. Someone just told me Scream. Someone actually sweared on their name. 100% we'd see Scream in the next couple months. It does break teams. To me, it sounds like... And again, I don't criticize the idea of finding it. A lot of times when you're fighting in very, very high competitive, high power leagues, you don't get to use cookie cutter teams, right? I look forward to it. You don't get to use cookie cutter teams. You just don't. I can't just put X team on defense. But that information is for people. You have to put an asterisk next to it. You have to say, if you are facing off in like incredibly high TCP wars, this is a strategy that'll work for you. You can't just tell fucking Joe fucking 30 days that this team comp is amazing in war, and then you got some fucking poor schmuck putting, like, as the Asgardians, he just spent $150, $200 to unlock in the first 30 days of the game on war defense, because asshole McGillicuddy said it's the absolute best war defense team, and now this guy's getting 0 war attacks in and 6 war defense wins, and he's getting, like, 1 fucking MVP because no one in his entire war shard is doing more than, like, 3 nodes because he can't do a goddamn attack. Yeah, that's not success. You're not teaching people how to play the game. You're theory crafting around a concept that less than 20% of the player base is capable of understanding. It's the same reason why when I released the video, if you want to know the absolute best of anything, you know, it doesn't exist. It's why I think that Tier 4 Essentials infographics are dog shit. They're the worst thing you can have. They're the worst thing you can have. Because a player's going to look at that and go, I got to put Tier 4s in Venom's passive. And he'd be like, no, stop. You don't even kind of have to. He never needs it. It's cool, but he doesn't need it. Like, when you think essential, you think character doesn't work without it. Black Panther's passive is an essential Tier 4. If you intend on using Black Panther, he needs that extra speed. Thanos' passive is an essential Tier 4, because if you intend on using Thanos, he's... Ultron's special is an essential Tier 4, because you need that heal bot to clear off blinds, or he's going to ult into space. There is so much I cannot say. What's the most important Tier 4 for IW? The everybody has to go invisible. So the special. Everybody has to go invisible. You're gonna put SSM? He's going to milestone orbs and CM is getting taken out. Birch Juice? No. He only counters and he only Cole does a counter attack per attack. So per action. So if you do an AoE, it's 1 counter. If you do a chain, it's 1 counter. But if it's like, if you hit Thanos, and then for some reason you hit Thanos twice, he will counter twice. I don't know why. It's weird. Oh, it's weird. He won't go on an assist either. Does Black Bolt just change the game unlike Ultron when you get him? No, Black Bolt does not change the game. Black Bolt doesn't change the game. Black Bolt helps you move to an easier path on the hardest stuff in the game. He doesn't change the game. What do you think the 5th Hydra for Zemo would be? Madam Hydra. But only because someone in this stream said it earlier and I thought it was awesome. Sorry if we talked about this before, but what's your stance on Emma compensation thing? Dog shit. They shouldn't have given anyone anything. They should have just given out red stars and been like, sorry. Like, hey guys, really sorry that you didn't pull it. Anyone who opened red stars, we're giving you, like, a free 5 red star orb. Or whatever you open, that's fine. Or they should have just given everybody across the board a 3 red Emma. Didn't matter what orb you opened. 3 red Emma, right across the board. That's what they should have done. Because you can't create... Because the fact that someone opened a 5 red orb and she wasn't available doesn't mean that they were going to get 5 reds on Emma because she's only a 15% chance. I know that. I opened a 5 red orb. I didn't get a 5 red Emma. They also didn't send me compensation. Get fucked. Kingpin working the stream? Yeah, Kingpin's fine. He's a little slow for what they do, but like he's fine. They're still gonna do a second wave as well. They're just bad. They're just bad at their jobs. There's nothing you can do about it. A 6 red Emma from an Elite 4, and then 5 and 4 from basic. What's the best tier 4 for Black Bolt? Depends. I've answered this question a lot, and I always give the same answer. Depends. Where are you putting him? What are you doing? The best tier 4 for Black Bolt is all 4. When all 4 tier 4s are the best, you have to look at where you need them and which one's the priority. Oh, goddammit, Uger. It's always a smart thing if the new patch sometimes passes, like not in the first sense. Yeah. So they have Wave 1 Avengers. Who the hell are Wave 2 Avengers? There are no Wave 2 Avengers. Should I go Black Bolt or Symbiote Spider-Man? I don't know what that... What do you mean? Yes. Right now I need to put some tier 4 in him because I'm taking the doll. Is Hella Passive good if you're just using her team? Yeah, Hella's Passive's great. Makes Greg heal more. Makes Greg heal her more. And it's pretty okay. Biogear. Okay, so you're asking which character should you prioritize? Black Bolt or Symbiote Spider-Man? Symbiote Spider-Man. Ah, that's close, actually. What are you doing? Are you doing U7s? Are you doing U6? If you're doing U6, just do Symbiote Spider-Man. If you're doing U7s, Black Bolt might be a little bit of a bigger jump. Also, do you have Black Bolt right now? Or are you getting him like when he comes out? Opinion on Jug's passive as a tier 4? I never did it. I did his charge, though. Also, do you have Yo-Yo? I'm free to play, I don't. So happy to hear about Zemo, because Winter Soldier and Grenadier. Yeah. I want to show you guys my main account later. I'll do it on Twitch. Where, like, all of my Hydra shitty characters are 5 red or higher. And all of the ones that I really want strong, except Hydra Armored Guard, are like 2-star. I'm like, this is terrible. You're getting him. Gotcha. Okay, so I still think Symbiote Spider-Man is a better investment now. And then I would do Black Bolt, and then I would do Carnage. Symbiote Spider-Man just overall offers you more control over hard fights. Star Minerva IW, hell, SSM. Yeah, it's the literal right now the best first run you can do, because all of those characters at like gear tier 13 don't care about their stars, don't care about anything. They'll be fun. It depends. You managed tech gear was the future. Is it still in this case for Zbio? I was farming tech gear, so I had enough gear specifically for Minerva and Star-Lord. Now that I do have enough gear to bring up Minerva and Star-Lord, obviously noticing the difference of I don't have the level to do it, but now that I do have enough gear to get them, it moves to bio. So like it was kind of a split farm. I just wanted to make sure that I had enough gear for these two idiots before I moved on to the next characters. Speaking of, let's get some more stuff on Symbiote Spider-Man. Cum bottles, let's go. Here I don't mind spending the energy because I actually do want to farm a little bit of Ghost Rider, and I do actually want to farm a little bit of Invisible Woman. So, I'm sorry, Ms. Marvel. So yes, this is very inefficient use of my energy and stuff, but I really do want those characters in general, mainly because they're city heroes. Months? Yeah, I think Symbiote Spider-Man offers you a little bit more than Black Bolt. You gotta remember the thing about Black Bolt is, Symbiote Spider-Man is good, and then like he just gets stronger and stronger and stronger as time goes on, right? Where Black Bolt needs to be pretty strong to begin with. So like, if you can't strap the boots on Black Bolt and like bring him up as fast as you can, then it doesn't matter. You know, so you can like slowly work on Black Bolt and not worry about him, or you can save all your gear and make him super duper strong. If you have Yo-Yo, right? If you have Yo-Yo and she's another character you're working on, even though she's bio, then it's like Yo-Yo, Black Bolt, Symbiote Spider-Man, Carnage, and then third, fifth character, preferably not bio, please. Yeah. I just got IW to gear tier 13 and I'm in DD2. Yeah. Good luck, man. That's it. And then just go in and giggle. First 3 nodes you're gonna like jerk off over. And then node 5 is gonna be the first one with the challenge. I think that's the Red Skull node. Or maybe the one after the Red Skull node. And then you're going to see the Ms. Marvel node, and you're going to cry again, because you hate Ms. Marvel. And then you're going to see the easiest node, and then you're going to be like, haha, Fury Shield, and then you're going to be fine. Star Wars. So it's Star Wars, IW, Shuri, Magneto, Black Bolt, Maw, Phoenix. I feel like I missed one. Nope, fuck Nick Fury. I didn't miss anything. Star-Lord, IW Shuri, because it's one. Magneto, Black Bolt, Maw, Phoenix. You can't go for Doc Ock. It's literally impossible. Right now, farm from zero shards, farm a X-23. DD2 was released before level 75? No, absolutely was not. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. No, it absolutely was not. You were well aware of what was required for Dark Dimension 2. You were well aware of what was required for Dark Dimension 2 when you saw Dark Dimension 1. That's why Dark Dimension 1 mattered. That's why Nick Fury made them so much money. Because Nick Fury and the S.H.I.E.L.D. characters, you could auto through all of Dark Dimension. It was absurd, Dark Dimension 1. It was absurd how good they were at it. They were the best team to do it, too. Like, by a mile. People would use the Defenders, but the Fury S.H.I.E.L.D. just crushed them. Thoughts on Taskmaster? Taskmaster is amazing. I have a 4-5 Taskmaster, so I really want to Gear Tier 14 him. So I think it's fine. I didn't forget Iron Man. He's not a legendary. You can get him. You get him with a Happy Meal purchase. You're not counting Iron Man. The same reason I didn't include Nick Fury. I didn't forget them. You asked me the priority of unlocking characters. I told you the priority of unlocking characters. Notice that Nick Fury was not on that list because he's not a priority. You should unlock Nick Fury when you've unlocked Coulson. And that's pretty much it because you don't need him for anything. Unless Nick Fury goes to retirement home, where he becomes unlockable at 3-star, then unlock him immediately because it's like the best thing you could possibly do for your roster. Because then you could use the S.H.I.E.L.D. minions as a starting team, and then it's infinitely better than... Like, if you could start with S.H.I.E.L.D., Nick Fury's S.H.I.E.L.D., and people still think starting with AIM is the better option, I'm okay with people thinking AIM is fine. But if you start... if you have an option of being like, I can farm a 3-star Nick Fury and then use the Fury S.H.I.E.L.D. team as my everything. Absolutely. Phoenix will be after Maw. So it should be, this is the order that we suspect. Black Bolt, Shuri, Doc Ock, Maw, Phoenix. Rack, that's awesome. Iron Man and Nick Fury are characters you get to farm. Yeah, Iron Man and Nick Fury, well, yeah, they're just like, they're options. You don't need Nick Fury, there's better options than Nick Fury, and AIM is right now, because it takes so much to get Nick Fury up, AIM is a better option for global things. If he became easier to unlock, then absolutely not. It's actually easier for you to unlock a 3-star Nick Fury. I think that it's easier for you to unlock a 3-star Nick Fury than it is for you to start with Graviton. As a matter of fact, if my next series starts when Nick Fury is in the, is retired, I will race to unlock Nick Fury, and I think I'll be able to do it before War is unlocked. No, I'm kidding. But before I have enough credits to be able to buy stuff like Graviton. When do you think Star would come back? Month and a half? 45 days, give or take? A little bit more, maybe. What power level Sinister 6 to unlock Shuri at 5-star? 70... In general, the rule of thumb is like 70 to 80k for 5. 100 to 100 and, you know, around 100. 95 to 105 or so for 6. And then 120 to 150 for 7, depending on how old the fight is. Is Doc Ock a chump tune or new meta? Raid. I believe Doc Ock's a raid character. I believe you're going to see him not with the Sinister 6, but like you're going to see people use him in U7. Same way you use Emma. They're not going to release a tune that's only good on one team. Like Magneto isn't only good on the Brotherhood, you know what I mean? Like they're releasing good characters. There's 2 months till Maw's event. I should push the 6-star unlock, only missing 198. If there are 2 months, Maw should be not 2 months. It's September, right? Or is Maw? Did they say Maw was end of August or beginning of September? I thought they said Maw was beginning of September. I mean, you should be farming Karnak non-stop, like, because that sucks. Emma's awesome. Is 10k base damage enough for blasters? Yes. 10k base damage is enough for anybody. But blasters tend to have higher multipliers, so that's a pretty good number. Wait, his kid is out? No, I've just been talking about it. Oh, I'm also required to do this on YouTube as well. For anyone who would like to go and report me to people over at Foxnext, like Zeke, Cerebro, anybody. Because then they get really mad at me when we start talking about stuff like, you know, positive game changes we'd like to see. They get, but Tony, people are unhappy with what you're saying, so maybe you shouldn't tell them about this fun new thing. And I go, yeah, I know. But also they just tell me. They immediately tell me, like people shit talk you to us all the time. And I'm like, great, because I don't pay attention, so at least someone gets to hear it. Yeah, I just want people to know that, like, you can't actually get me in trouble. Everybody you think is in a position of power is a friend of mine, and we work very well together to make this game slightly better. Do you think they'll do Ravager or Avengers Wave 1 reworks? Emma is sick. Maw should be September 7th or so. That's fair. So Negasonic is going to be on a Doom node. Where do you think X23 or Domino will be? X23 is overhyped by a lot of players, so they'll give her... They won't put her in War Store, I don't think. They'll put her in, like maybe Raid Store, maybe... maybe she'll be a Blitz unique. Domino is 100% going to the War Store, man. 100%. Bitch is going to the War Store. I promise you. I don't even know that. That's a complete guess. But I would put money on that guess. That Domino's going to the War Store. With Cable. That's a double down. Maybe Doom campaign too. I'm on track for... Yeah. Domino's the character no one's gonna buy. I don't need likes. I want dislikes, you know that. I love there's one guy who dislikes all my videos, and for you, I'd like to say thank you. Because you don't like me so much that you will still go out of your way to give me metrics to make more people find me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're the best. The one guy who dislikes my videos. I love you. Thank you. Because your dislike means no difference than a like. Means nothing. Makes no difference. So the more videos you dislike, the less likely you'll see them. So that means that you go out of your way to find me. You go out of your way to find me to click that dislike, which is absolutely amazing. Because you make me grow. There's a reason I've been growing 1,000 viewers every month. What if they put Celestials in this game? It's not a dumb idea, man. That seems like a fine idea. We probably will see them when the Eternals come out, but the Celestials would probably be some kind of boss or something, you know? They're just too big. Like Isan the Searcher. They're just too big. I mean, there's 2 characters used to unlock Magneto in the Arena Store. Eventually, there has to be an overlap, right? Well, Boss Galactus and... This fight guy started it? Yeah, right. Can we see boss fights? Yes. World boss would be sweet. DD2... 21. DD21. Yeah. No, it's fine. DD 2077. 2099, featuring Doom 2099. This like guy has a 200k defenders and his rank. He's in the defenders hell of arena, which is somehow just above the aim hell because you can't beat because the aim can't beat the defenders. So like, there's like the bottom of arena. And again, don't worry, they're gonna get pushed out. Like, anyone who goes... Like, you could start with AIM and still be fine, right? You could start with anybody and still be fine if you're willing to spend money or make some changes. It doesn't actually matter. But, if you, like, start with... Excuse me. If you don't, like, make the shift, like, you ever play League of Legends? You know how, like, you can't just tunnel vision and be like, this is my build order, and this is what I have to build. You have to be aware of what's going on. You have to be like, okay, mid lane fed, so now I need to build a shit ton more AP resistance so I can sustain for when the Ahri starts roaming and stuff like that. You know, like, you have to kind of adapt your strategy, and that's the difference between being a bronze or gold player and being an actual player of League of Legends. Like, that's the same thing. Like, you have to play this game and use the team, and then know when it's time to fold them and move to the next team. And you have to keep your resources tight so you can make sure you do it all the time. Yeah, full AP, let me build. Yeah, exactly, Josh. There's a guy in my arena shard just keeps building his defenders. Yeah. Don't worry. You'll see that guy 3 years from now. When he clears Dark Dimension 2 with them. Take it easy, Walt. And if you play a Kali, fuck you. That's fair. Thanks for hanging out, man. Yeah, whatever, dude. The whole thing is like, and here's the thing. You know what's messed up? We all talk about it. Like, I don't have any problems with Darktik. I don't want you to think that. I thought it was just, I don't know who he is. That I'm being dead ass serious. I don't know who that is. So I'm asking you, like, is he somebody that I should know about? Should I pay attention to him? Is he giving advice that's unique to mine? Is he giving good advice that I'm not giving? Like, give me something. Give me something to go on. That's what I mean by that. Like, I don't know who that is. I didn't know who Pika was until Chewburger introduced me to him. Uger, so far you're the only person, and I've been tracking it, that said he's a good content creator. Like, I'm not saying anything, but I ask questions and I look for answers. I'm not going to watch a video on my stream. I didn't say he wasn't smart. You might disagree with some of my stuff, and I'm dummy. So, like, that's fine. And he might be great. I just don't know who he is. So I don't have a problem with, I don't want anyone to go back. Tony was shit talking. No, I just don't know who he is. I'll look into it. He just hit the mark. He missed the mark on the Emma thing. That's fair. Okay, then he's a good guy. Is he releasing, like, cutting edge content? Am I missing that? Because I'll look at it later. He made a great video for the Tier 10 Blaster Challenge. Okay. Is he a good dude, too? Like, is he like, fun? I don't know. I'll watch it. Don't worry about it. Why do you have your heart on your Mystique? Because I'm farming her. Yeah, right? That's funny, Vinny. Interesting team comps. Cool. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm not shit-talking the idea of going into PvP and using Blob to do something else. Gotcha. Okay, I'll look into him. Maybe he's a cool dude. Yeah, I just didn't want anyone to think I was, like, actively being shitty to somebody. Like, no, I just don't know who that guy is. So that's why when I read it the first time, you're like, split apart the Marauders team. And I'm like, that's stupid. Don't do that. They're good. But, like, I get it. I gotta bounce. Take it easy, Gunther. All the questions. These are the questions that need to be answered. Director. I'm not saying that out loud. Yeah, but, like, he was just wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong on Killmonger. I thought Killmonger was dog shit. Turns out Killmonger's team is dog shit, but he's like the best character on his team. I've been wrong before. I've been proven wrong. How do you feel about Zemo? You playing Fall Guys after this? Yeah, anyone want to play with me, jump in on Twitch. You can be part of Squad. That's the name of our team. Our team name in Fall Guys is Squad. He just misunderstood Emma's passive big time though. Yeah, it's fine. I did too, dude. No, first time Emma, I thought her ult was like 7 energy, because I guess I was confusing her with Beast or something. And I was like, this sucks. 20 bucks. This sucks. And then, oh, their servers are dog shit right now, though, so don't feel free to rush into the game. Good. No, good. Okay. Theory, okay. But does he come up with theory crafted teams for, like, arena? Who's mad at her basic was worse when she gained charge? But you won't have charge when you use her basic. You literally never will. Because you buff flip, right? And then you kill one character, arena and raids. Raids don't. Look, man, I gave you guys 16 different characters you can work on for raids. Oh, is he the dude that said Magneto works as a raid character? Is that who that guy is? Oh, fuck that. That's dog shit. No. No. That's dumb. That's dumb stuff. No. Telling players to use Magneto and U7 is bad advice. That's just bad advice. Like, unless, like, asterisk. If you have a high red star Magneto, you can use him in U7. That's fine. But just telling people to work, yeah, he didn't recommend it. Okay, cool. Yeah, that team's terrible. Like, that team, like, the people who are like, oh man, I could do like 30%. Be like, yeah, if instead of Magneto, you would put in a better character, you'd be doing 70%. You know, like, it's just not. Okay, I didn't know where that came from, but I was like, no, not happening. Okay, cool. Now we know. What are the content creators you recommend most? What are you looking for, Chase? Do you want to be entertained? Mobile gamer. Do you want good information about the game? If you're free to play, Luke Connerton. If you're willing to spend money, Chewburger or Wolverthor offer good investment on newer stuff. I used to say Casino a lot, but I understand a lot of people don't want to watch him anymore. Tona produces some very, very good information. But Tona also produces some information that I think is more opinion than he lets on. Like, I'm very clear when I state opinions, you know? So that's I think Tona does put out some pretty good information. If you want to just know what's going on in the world, Valley Flying. No. Remin X you watch to see how mega whales do stuff. Who do you suggest for good AIM content? Shit in your hand. And clap. No, I'm actually terrible. I'm not a good content creator at all. I just do my best. Honestly, my entire content creation is... you guys ask me what you want to see, and then I go make a video on it. So, you guys asked me last night to make a video on... I gotta end the stream soon. It's like 2.5 hours. I'm already going nuts. And I feel bad, because I feel like shit's gonna get clipped, and I'm gonna go to my Discord and see, like, Tony, I saw you were shit-talking somebody else. I'm like, no, I wasn't. I don't know somebody. I just don't understand. You play the Marvel Avengers beta? No, I'm not playing the beta. Because I don't know if I'm buying it for PS4 or PC yet. He wasn't always, Danny. Long time me and Casino had the same roster power, same amount of money spent. And then he started spending too much money because he wanted to show stuff. Tony just the shit talker? Yeah, right. 100%. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I want to see Tony 2018 content. Tony 2018 content. Tony 2018 used to be super pissy about, like... Tony 2018 was super pissed about Magneto, dude. Because I spent, like, $400 to unlock Sabretooth. And I never did. And then I spent, like... Like, Casino did, right? And then I spent, like, God, I spent so much money on Pyro to get Magneto on first pass. Was Magneto worth it? Yeah. Because the day I got Magneto, I was ahead... I was ahead for arena for like the top 20 people in the arena were all like Magneto owners who were like trying to figure out what the new meta is. The gameplay? What gameplay do you like? I don't like to do gameplay on the free-to-play account stuff because like what do you like fucking do you want to see? Like, look at my roster. Look at who I'm investing in. Look, it's the best possible characters I have. You want to see where my bad characters are? Look, it's the rest of them. Do you know? Like, one day I'll unlock Mr. Fantastic and Ghost Rider. This is going to be a sad day. Get those Vortex in. What gear is your Minerva missing? Oh, green thingies. Purple green thingies. Purple gamma radiation. Took me. Sorry, brain. I died. Getting Black Bolt soon. Good. Planning on running him in arena with Yo-Yo, Symbiote, Spider-Man, and Carnage. Offense? That's fine. Defense? Terrible. Take Carnage out. Carnage is dog shit on defense. Carnage will hit the wrong target every time. But your fifth would be Hela. If you want to do defense, Black Bolt, Yo-Yo, Hela, Symbiote, Spider-Man, good character is one option. You can also, if you want to use Black Bolt, Yo-Yo, CM, Loki, Symbiote, Spider-Man, great option. Black Bolt, there's plenty of options. All of them are good on defense. I don't like to use Loki on defense, so I'd rather use Hela because she does a lot of damage, but try those. What should my arena defense be if I don't have Phoenix or Maw? Are those the only two characters you don't have? Like, you say, like, I don't have Phoenix or Maw. I'm assuming you have everyone but those two? Or maybe Emma? Getting Black Bolt now. Yo-Yo, Black Bolt. Sinister. Yo-Yo, Black Bolt, Sinister. Ultron, Minerva. Try them. And if not... Oh, no, fuck that. Go back. Yo-Yo, Black Bolt, Magneto, Ultron, Hela. Yo-Yo, Black Bolt, Magneto, Ultron, Hela. I don't have enough. Are we full clearing this or just security? It is security, but... No, this is the right... This is the right room to attack, but I guess... Take it easy, boy. Oh yeah. No, there are times we used to do wars where we were all in Discord together and I was one of the people marking rooms. There was time I marked a room and I realized after I did it, like, it was a dumb thing. And then the leader of my alliance unmarked me. He's like, what idiot marked that room? And I was like, don't know. Oh, Fallon remembers! Fallon fucking remembers when Herc used to call. He's like, what idiot just marked that room? And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Must have been a dumb piece of shit. He was like, it was you, Tony, wasn't it? I was like, it was definitely me. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. I feel Hydra Grenadier is still bad. You feel correctly. Hydra Grenadier still sucks. But at least he has a home. He's the Karnak of the new Hydra team. You leave him alone. He tries his best. He throws sadness grenades. He has 2 sadness grenades. His basic is a sadness grenade. Didn't you get Minerva radiation gear piece with the daily shards? I guess not, right? I must not have. Phoenix is great in Blitz. You're right. Yes, she is. Watching YouTube always feel like seeing you with your other group of friends. Isn't it different? I mean, I'm getting a little bit more open on the YouTube channels because YouTube just gave... Because I'm succeeding so well, considering all things, they're like, hey man, your live streams are not held to the same standards as your videos, so we'll keep the advertisements on and it won't cost you if you happen to use some adult language here or there. And I was like, I could say fuck and titties. And of course, the worst word in the world. Start with aim. Yeah. Cool, thanks. What are some teams that beat symbiotes? Oh, God. Just the symbiotes? Wait, what are you talking about, Jake Franklin? I see that. I'm not sharing it, but I see it, Uger. No, I don't think I get the best advice. Honestly, here's the truth. I think somewhere there's a free-to-play content creator that's giving the best advice and no one's fucking watching him. Well, I know Luke Connerton gives good advice, but I think Luke Connerton is more of a storyline. Like, you watch Luke Connerton to learn what his line was, and it's awesome. It's a fun story. Maybe he does. I don't know. Don't know the guy. Hold on, let me just go talk. I'm gonna hear. You know what? I'm gonna open my Discord and talk because I have a Discord with like Valley and fucking, you know, fucking Chew and shit. Be like, yo, who this guy at? They'll get back to me. You like Luke because he's British. Fuck you, Fallon. I stopped watching him when he said he loved the OG Spidey like 5 times. That's his favorite character, man. I didn't mean free to play specifically. I just meant for newer players. Oh, yeah, whatever. It's just in general. I don't know. There's probably plenty of other good players. Should I go for tall or wide? You should... Wide means more characters. Tall means less characters, more investment in one team. You should always go wide and then swap to tall when you need one team to do something. So, like, I started the game wide, and then I got Star-Lord, and then I started building those characters tall as I continued to progress a wider roster. The next thing that happens is I will be then going wide so I can get more value out of multiple things, and then I will tall again as I need to progress in U7 and Dark Dimension. So it's actually a flow, but in general, tall... People who start going tall and then go wide are months behind people who go wide and shift to go tall. And the reason why is when you have options, early game, the resources you miss out on the early game actually don't matter. Because you have to get to certain points to start getting more stuff. You have to be doing U6 in order to start getting a ton of materials, so that becomes easier for you to invest in characters. And there's no one team in the game that gives you all of the resources you need to immediately start working on better teams for other stuff. What do you think? What do you take into these new power armor? Just power armor. Black Order is an IQ fight. You can't just click auto. You gotta know what you're doing. Yeah, go ahead. Tell Luke I said he's British. Tell him that. I went too weak. Girth is a great word. It is. I went too wide. I almost have characters. You went too wide. I almost have all the characters. Most of them are really weak. So, guys, let me be clear. All that matters is that you're doing stuff. So I can do nodes in U6.5. Can I do U7? Yeah, I can do 1 or 2. I can do 1 or 2 U7 nodes. Should I be able to do higher nodes in U7? No, I shouldn't. I spent no money. I play this game for like an hour a day, maybe. No. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm actually a little bit higher than where I'm supposed to be, considering the fact that all these things I've said I'm doing with a 76.9. This is my TCP. Bring me in. I'll get my 2 or 3 war attacks in, maybe 4 if they're weak. I'll get all it in. This is my roster. This is what happens when you build your roster correctly. This is how you like. I am operating at the TCP of a double player than I am, like, just from what I can contribute. Nice, you boy. So, I can't do war attacks. All right, we're calling the stream here. I'm gonna take a break and eat some food, and I'm gonna go on to Twitch. Thank you guys so much for watching. The takeaway from this stream, I already said I was gonna be 68, and I am. The takeaway from this stream is the lessons learned. Don't overstep. Know what you want and target it, and make sure that that's what you do. If I had not overstepped on Star-Lord, I would have had more legendaries right now. Would it have mattered? Probably not. I'm not working on them, but it might have. Also, I'm at 6 months, so I'm still within my 3-month period of unlocking Ultron. I think it's gonna happen. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. The second thing is, second most important thing I learned is that, like, if you have, there's certain purchases that will just make you strictly better in this game than someone who's spending no money. So if you can afford to spend some money, you know, please feel free to make those smart decisions based on how much time you're getting for it, because that's what you're losing out on free to play. There's things you just can't compensate for, and most of it is time. The money people spend are putting them weeks or even months ahead of you, so you need to make sure you go into that. And the third thing, lessons learned in my 6 months of play, is that if you target and you have a focus, it doesn't matter if it's aim, it doesn't actually matter if it's Star-Lord, it doesn't matter if it's defenders. If you know when it's time to work on characters and when it's time to stop and work on other things, when you understand what's important to you, whether it be arena or raids or war or blitz, whatever you understand, as long as you focus on it, and target it up, you should end up enjoying the game, and that's literally the most important part. I'm level 68. I'm under 1 million TCP. I'm having a blast contributing. I'm going to a new alliance that's a little bit more balanced, but even then I'm still going to be contributing the same amount I'm contributing now
So, and yes, I'm lucky that I was able to get into an alliance, but I didn't necessarily get into an alliance that was carrying me, which I would recommend. If you have the opportunity to be carried, be carried. You'll be fine. But ultimately, there's a lot of different ways you can go about playing this game. What I think needs to happen is you need to understand what the different paths. I consider defenders and scientists and aim as one start. The guardians is another start. And then, of course, there is the mega whale, or even you have the mega whale. You could spend $200 in the first day of this game and unlock a Asgardian team, and that team might be enough to help you. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of different options. So, with that information, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night. Have a great day. Be safe over the weekend. If you want, about a half hour from now, I'm going to start up on Twitch. You can feel free to drop in, say hi, do whatever you want. You know that. But other than that, enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you guys next week. By next week, hopefully. I don't think we're going to be at 69, but we'll probably get maybe halfway, and that's pretty good enough. We'll have a new alliance, so we'll have some new stuff, and we'll figure out what's going on. So be safe, guys. Enjoy your night. Peace.